What's going on, everybody?
Yes. The moment you've all been waiting for.
For a long time.
Yeah, for
at least a month.
At least. It's been hyped, and
Actually,
you guys.
I feel like it's been ever since I made my first appearance on Veronica and Friends. People have been waiting for me to be in the booth for Veronica and Friends.
Exactly. It's sweet redemption.
Yes.
Oh, Ghost of Him and Christopher Walken voice. We need more rainbow. No, this is going to be super awesome. We have a very special guest in the house, Vanessa Kade, along with the usual shit show of awesomeness that is Veronica and Friends.
Yes.
So very cool. I think we're going to have a lot of repeat customers here from our Monday stream when I was in the booth with Vanessa and it was onesie time. You will not be disappointed. Obviously, we are onesie time at the table as well with Vanessa. So always a good time.
You know, and speaking of onesies, you know, and themes, this is a drinking game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're in this game, you're expected to drink.
It's true.
You're expected to maybe play cards.
As I grab for my drink. Okay, yeah.
You can sit out if you want, but as long as you're drinking at the table, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Which I like it. The best rules are no rules.
So the way that we can support that in the booth is by wearing our drinking attire.
Exactly. So I drink well with others, and
I'm a beer pong legend.
So I mean, together at last.
Yes, finally.
I love it. All right, guys. Well, let's go down to the table. Start walking around this awesome lineup. This was handpicked from the finest of Gamble Poker DGen. So starting out in seat 1, another fellow awesome co-commentator. There is Poker Mama Casey in the house.
Yep, and we've seen her, you know, a bunch of times now. You guys know her, we know her, and I expect her to make some crazy bluffs.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, the thing is, actually, somebody brought this up last night. The funny thing about Casey is she's always the one who, like, dresses up for the event, right?
Right.
She goes all out. She, like, looks nice, and somebody else, you know, they're just like, here's my pajamas. I mean, says the guy who, like, shows up in onesies to do the stream. So, yeah. So she's there, seat 1. She'll be handling biz. And directly to her left, the one, the only, the polar bear, Vanessa Kade.
And you guys know her. You know, she's been around. She doesn't need much of an introduction. Has her own, you know, streaming site where she just gets it. So, and she's another person, like, she's down for the drinking.
Absolutely.
And that's, you know, that's kind of what we can really respect.
I mean, it's a polar bear with a glass of red wine.
Like, you may have a 5-bet range, but do you have, like, an actual, like, 5-shot range?
I was going to say your 5-drink range. I love it. All right, so super excited to have her in the game. She's going to crush. And she's really glad because she has been so used to grinding online poker in Canada that she was like, I haven't played live in, I can't even tell you how long. It's been
it's
months.
too cold out there.
I don't want to move.
You leave the house and you freeze.
Yeah, I don't want to move.
I don't think that any Canadian commerce happens in the winter. It's only online.
Which is actually really funny because here, right now in California, it's actually like this weird kind of colder-ish period for us. But she comes here and she's like, this is so warm and so awesome, and I could be out in like shorts and a t-shirt all day long. Everybody else is like wrapped up in parkas. So super excited to have her in the game. Also another fun player here to the left, Frank the Tank here. Not surprised. Frank and Veronica, seat 3+4.
Right.
I absolutely love it.
So, and some people may know this, but I love Frank. He's great action. He's a great guy. He's super fun to have a regular game, let alone a Veronica and Friends game. So the last time I played, or maybe the time before, I was hammered and not really sure which one it was.
Believable.
But so Frank was waving his wine glass over. You know, I think he might be Italian, but either way, he talks with his hands. And I told him, I'm like, yo, you keep waving that wine glass over this table, I'm gonna throw a chip in your glass.
I remember that.
So he's like, okay, do it. Threw it in his glass, and you know, to Frank's benefit, he pounded that whole thing of wine, and it was
that. Well, I remember that you threw that in there. The chip shot heard around the world. Chip lands in the glass. And
it was a little earthy.
Yeah, and poker chips, there's some solid earthy tones there that he got to taste after that. So anyway, Frank and Veronica, always a pleasure. I think they're kind of a dual staple now in Veronica's game.
Right.
Okay, so we obviously covered Veronica as well. Let's move around to Alicia in the house. We love her.
And we love Alicia. You know, like I was telling you before the show, one of the best times is from one of those, you know, Veronica and Friends. We played probably like 3 or 4 of them together. But yeah, we were both, you know, drinking all the champagne like we should, and we just ordered Hot Rocks, and we're just eating and drinking and BS and playing cards. And
I love it.
Like, well, I mean, it's a great life.
And that's how we become besties. And what's a $1,000, $2,000 pot between friends?
Right.
You know what I mean? I love it. Then directly to her left, a bit of a soul crusher here, Mr. Matt H., a local Sacramento staple, an overall. I mean, you guys have seen him on the stream. I mean, he makes some of the best reads and bet sizing and patterns I've seen. I love Matt. Matt's just a good dude.
Anybody wearing that sweatshirt tells me that they drink, you know, whiskey. in their library like every single night. You know, so he looks like a guy that's talking about hand carved mahogany and
Mini
smells like
Leatherbound books, yes.
So if he's not drinking tonight, we're actually going to pull him out of the game and send him home.
Now, I think we'll actually see something coming up here. We'll finish out the intros, and I think it'd be perfect timing, actually, with speaking of drinking. But to his left there, Brittany, if any of you guys have been to Stones, this is the one and only Brittany Nikita. She was a bartender here for quite some time. Super, super loved. Just an awesome person. And I think she's maybe played in a VAF game one other time. I think she's maybe been on the stream once. I'm really looking forward to seeing her play. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I super am. And then to her left now is a new player to me, but I know that he was definitely looking to hop in the stream here.
Right.
And this is Kyle McDonkey.
Nice.
Yes, a slight name adjustment, and I approve.
He looks like he's the kind of guy that's going to work the office, and then as soon as that 5 o'clock hits,
Work that
he's
film.
like, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, that's like his life motto.
I love it. I love it. And then directly to his left, last but certainly not least, this is Hurricane Cat. Cat and her husband Matt, super good peeps. They play a lot of poker. I mean, they've been playing. I was playing at home games with these guys like 10 years ago. They are just super good peeps, and she's a great player. Seriously, an absolute great player. So this has a really, really nice mix of a lot of different dynamic players. And then Frank, and goddamn do I love Frank. I bring that up because Frank already likes to splash around and have some fun.
Right.
But the first time Veronica invited Frank to her game, he was like, okay, what game is it? Oh, it's a 1-3. And she's like, yeah. So bring like $3 or $4 grand.
Yeah. And I was there, and it was amazing.
All right, perfect time to get these hands started. Now, do we already have? Oh, yeah, you only see wine bottles around the table. You may or may not get a live shot here coming in on our delay of what was, I think, the best way to get this game insta-juiced.
Right.
And you guys will see.
Yeah, I don't expect anybody would be surprised.
Ghost of M says Kyle is a top salesman. Look for him to try to sell some bluffs to his opponents. Oh, wow. The best flop in the world there for Veronica. Check this out. Flops the flush. Frank, I believe, is all but drawing dead here. Yeah, Frank at that good 2% edge.
Frank don't care. Frank got a pair.
Okay, now this is a bit of a scare card, putting 4 clubs on board. Obviously, if Frank did call with the club and it's the ace, Veronica's in trouble
And
here.
it's a good check back as well.
Yeah.
Now Frank has 2 pair. He might call as like a little bit of a bluff catcher, but I think even 100's a little bit too much for his bluff catching. Maybe like 50, he might be like, F it, call.
Yeah, super cool. Guys, speaking of, it's like Ghost of M in there. Let's see, Sandy Joy, 2 Never Lose. What's going on? Westface BB. See Jenna White, she's always in the chat. Lady No Luck, Mr. Smiley, what's going on? Heck yeah.
I think when it comes to like reading all the people in the chat, we just talk over each other, and they get their second.
Yeah, they know. I mean, like, come on, you guys, the regulars, you know who you are, and you know we love you.
Rick back in Barstow, welcome back. Barstow was not the same without you. I wasn't there, of course, but I'm assuming.
But I heard a story.
Now, Frank is one of the people that likes to do, a good V straddle.
Yeah. He did a V straddle that was like $100.
Right.
It was just stacks of red chips. It was awesome.
And so the first time I played with Frank, he was doing the V straddle, so I had to bust out the M straddle, the master straddle. And
the master straddle.
It was really expensive.
I bet it.
How does Veronica get aces in her own game when somebody does a straddle in front of her?
Of course, and this is right after the hand where she just flopped the flush too against Frank. Right. So that Veronica run good is true.
Oh, especially in the Veronica and Friends game.
And Frank has 2 cards, so he's definitely going to look up Veronica here.
Is that all it takes? Is to have a game named after you, and you just fucking run like God?
Pretty much, yeah.
First F-bomb.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Counting F-bombs tonight, guys, not a big deal. Donkey Puncher in the house. J-Dub, what's going on? Definitely a regular. My chat only scrolls so far. So Veronica bets a flop here. Frank makes a call with a pair. Possible flush potential completes there. Both players check. Again, 4 clubs on board. Nobody with the club. And Frank starts stabbing at it.
And that's going to be really difficult for Veronica to continue.
And that's a healthy size bet. It's about a 3rd pot. Oh, man. Is she going to find a call? Oh, she folds it.
And he shows.
Yeah. Get some
was value
Frank.
betting the 6.
So sick. Veronica almost runs pure.
Well, she runs pure.
Yeah,
but
she's just gotta
you have
find the
to-
call.
Yes. Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Guys, Veronica and friends, dude, light a fire, grab yourself a cocktail, hang out. If you have a seatbelt on your chair for some reason, buckle up, because this game is going to be a bumpy ride.
I'm just messing with J Dub in
Yeah,
the chat.
little Jim Dub.
Because my roommate's nickname was J Dub.
So it looks
I'm
like we have
"Hey,
a
my
straddle.
roommate."
Looks like we're probably doing a round of straddles here. Straddle by Vanessa. You know, we actually joked about what about doing like a drinking stream, right? Where you have to take a drink every time something happens. And one of the things we said, what about taking a drink? And you guys chime in for the chat. I think it'd be fun for everybody to have to do this. But like, okay, well, you were like, okay, well, what about drinking every time there's a straddle? And I'm like, well, then we're going to be hammered in 20 minutes.
Like, even if you're just drinking water, you're going to be waterlogged by the end of that.
So Veronica now with ace queen suited. This is
What?
wow. She looks at the camera. She knows.
Can
Does
you
she
believe
that?
it?
She winks. Did you see that? How does she know? It's magic.
And she loves that flop.
God, because she knows we're in here saying,
And of
how do you
course-
run this good? But Frank always runs better.
What? She just makes it. Just
OMG.
makes it. And of course, he's going to call it bet. Wait, you just
They
checked it back?
just checked it.
They're clearly not drinking enough. Thank God we brought some
Yeah,
beverages
if
for
only
them.
they were drinking more, maybe we should get some more alcohol to this table. If only we could read the future slash
So the
past.
one thing I don't like, I don't want to give any spoilers, but I'm not going to remember to say this later, is, after we drop off our presents, is we walk back like 15 minutes later and it's still not opened.
Yeah, well, luckily we get to watch this unfold because I think that they're
Yes.
going to start pounding these.
Well, I did make sure that they people brought over some glasses. for
Nice,
them.
nice. Mr. Smiley approves. Definitely down with the drinking game. Look at that. We pour wine right over the felt. Oh, there it is. Look at this. Check it out.
Champagne.
Now, this is how you get the party started. We know that you always want us to send drinks, so this is what we do. This is Chris right here. Buy bottles of champagne and just dump them on the table.
Yep. I don't really know anything different.
Right?
It's just life.
I live my life one bottle at a time.
So we can combine that and what is it? The one where he's like over the top. He's like turns his hat over and arm wrestles. But it's like that. Live my ball one bottle at a time, and then he just pops the bottle.
I love it. Splash pots.
Who's that sexy guy with hair?
I was gonna say, well, I can't tell. The camera lens being blinded.
The C is for classy,
Yes.
or the C is for compels people to drink. I'm not really sure. It depends on what time of night it is. Mr. Smiley knows. He
Yep.
says I'm a good man, and I say he's right. I appreciate it.
See this? I mean, just look at this table. Half the things on the table are alcoholic beverages. I love this
Those are
game.
good games to be a part of. Now, but I did not bring these to be card holders,
No.
card protectors.
These are to be drank and used.
What's going on, Pope Brother?
I like having these emojis in the chat. Take a drink every time it's a one shit flop. I'll tell you what, Flounder 19, we were talking about taking a drink every time somebody rivered somebody else, which again is going to be like
Every
almost
hand,
every hand.
yeah.
So it's a one suit flop. Nice typo, but I like it. I'm down either way.
Pokemama.
45 on the button. And you'll see this a lot. Players love the button, right? Position is power here. So, oh my God, aces for Veronica again. This is rigged. Live poker's rigged.
I'm not even going to look at the screen. I'm just going to look straight at the camera and just in disbelief.
Casey Casey mucked. Obviously, she was trying to make a move. So, out of the first 5 hands, has Veronica really had King Jack suited, Ace Queen suited, and Aces twice? Is this
I mean,
is this real life?
I'm not really good at math, but yeah.
Oh, V straddle from Alicia.
There we go.
Hostess rigged.
Is that?
Check the deck, lock the doors.
Yeah, everybody knows.
I mean, and I don't. Did she show aces the last time? I mean, are people even believing her at this point? It's crazy.
No.
No.
She just 3-betting right and folding.
J-Dub predicts that after 7:30, after the first 30 minutes, Veronica's gonna be card dead for an hour.
Have you not seen a Veronica in Friends?
No.
She is card lit for like 3 hours.
So there it is, guys. You can see Alicia there with the typical V straddle. It's not as deep of a V as Frank normally does.
Right, but that's a good playable hand. I'll take 6-4 in the shadow, and you flop a flush draw? What?
Get some.
I would go broke in this hand if I didn't make mine. Especially with her stack, I'd ship right now. Just ship. She has, what, 125?
Yeah, $80.
Ship it. Like, what kind of bet you gonna make?
No. Alicia's got, it says 275?
Yeah,
oh, here.
That's what it
okay,
says.
Yeah. Oh, look, and now she makes a pair with it. Now we're definitely shipping it.
Oh,
Yeah, Alicia looked like she was in about 150.
Anything
like
other than a shippy-roo is a bad play.
So, you know, actually the V straddle is just something they made a joke about Veronica. It's nothing more than a normal straddle, but when they put out their chips, they do it in like a V pattern. And so, for instance, Frank one time was like, oh, I'll just show you what a real V straddle is like, and made this V of chips that was like $100 worth of fives. So he did a live 100.
Yeah, I was actually my first time playing. I think I had a small stack at the time, maybe like 300, and like my M straddle was like almost $60.
Right.
And so I was going through hands with a couple people, and they're like, "What in the f are you doing? Straddling like a third of your stack?" I was like, "Oh, well, listen, just gloss over this hand."
Next time you should try to do a Chris straddle and spell out Chris. That'll cost you like $200 in red chips.
Don't challenge me.
And guys, for those of you maybe first time tuning in, those chip denominations, the reds are 5s, the greens are 25s, and the blues are dollars.
How about I make a C with 25s?
Wow, it's expensive. I like it. Challenge accepted.
I'm not scared. This just in, I won't be playing a live stream for about 7 years.
Exactly. All right, so Matt here connecting with Top Pair. Matt's been pretty quiet so far. Probably give him the benefit of the doubt
for
here.
the first 18 minutes, if anyone could be quiet.
Yeah.
I think Matt probably knows this game type. He's one of the people. He's here to make some money, not necessarily drink. So for him, he's just gonna kind of sit on his hands, make some hands, and just bet for value. Which is why it's like that's fine if people want to be like that in this game. But that's if I'm at the table, I make them drink.
Yeah. Oh, so he's having a beer right now.
There you go.
Now, are we off to the side popping champagne bottles? Not yet. I don't know.
And Jenna says it's a fun game to do, and I would imagine that they're right.
It is. And the other thing is, they like to be loud and have fun, but the thing is, they're also poker players, so they know what they're doing. So it's not like you have to be like, it's on you, here are your options. They're like, we'll play our own game.
So I think we'll be coming here shortly, because Veronica was not at the table when we came back to evaluate.
Look at this, King 9-4 here. Nikita does connect with the 9.
Now, why is she going by Nikita tonight? Do you know anything about that?
That's actually part of her actual name.
Oh, really?
So yeah, but it's just So how many Britneys do you know? How many Nikitas do you know? Let's just narrow it down. How many Justins versus Trains do you know?
La Femme Nikita.
La Femme.
If you're gonna do it.
Yeah, La Femme copied her.
Right.
That's
Probably.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if it was copied her.
Wait,
It was inspired by her.
Wait, your name's Michael Bolton? Well, why don't you just change your name? Why should I change? He's the one who sucks. Nailed it.
You just call me Mike.
Guys, if you haven't done so yet, whether you're chiming in on YouTube or Twitch.
Do it.
Create an account, say hi, hop in the chat. We love, seriously, the chat is a big part of this stream for sure. We love interacting with you guys. Make sure you click, subscribe, follow, heart, whatever the hell you have to do to get notifications when we go live, because we have a lot of really, really, really cool events coming up over the next month. Seriously, I think in April we're broadcasting more than half the month. It's insane. So seriously, yeah, do it. Just trust me. Wait, did Michael Bolton pass away recently? Did I miss that news?
I feel like that's fake. Fake news.
Fake alternate truths? It's still not going to stop me because Office Space is just a great movie to quote. Oh, this is it.
Dyke Insider, welcome. Yeah, it caught me just for a moment there. Like, I can't believe I'm seeing 4 uncorked bottles.
Now, Cider actually played, I believe, on Monday's stream. I think there was Adrian on Monday's stream. And then Adrian actually came over and played some cash afterwards, too.
Nice.
Yeah. Yes, Ghost of him. There we go. Okay, Michael Bolton from Minitech. I'm like, did I miss the news? You never know. I mean, I feel like they always say fake celebrity death news like every other week.
Right.
Betty White supposedly died like 28 times already, but she's still here. So.
Well, she dies every night and then gets re-erected in the morning.
Awesome. What in the morning? Never mind.
Resurrected, if you want to, like, look, I'm so used to abbreviating everything in my text, I just transfer it over to, like, modern language. Yes, I'm aware.
This is what. Copy that, booth joke. Carl Kerr in the house. What's going on? Wow, I can't even pronounce that name above you. We'll just say Jitch. I have. Welcome. What's going on?
Freckle Peckle. What up? Carl Kerr. Hello.
Nikita waking up some 4s. Matt H on the button, popping it to 11. Dude, I can't say enough. Matt's just a good guy. Every time I've ever seen, like, just players act a fool or whatever, Matt's always the guy who just kind of, like, super nice, but puts them in their place. Like, just don't be an asshole, you know what I mean?
I just like anybody that can rock a librarian sweatshirt on stream.
Yeah, Matt does what he wants to. Because he looks like the nicest, most unsuspecting guy in the world until he stacks you for, like, 20K, and you're like, cool.
Actually, I think Matt's one of the few people, you know, of the crushers out here that have not played with. And I like to play with them. I do like playing with really good players because, you know, it forces you to think on, like, a whole different level.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Matt is a grinder at the usual, you know, higher limit cash games that we have here. And so this right here, while he's not trying to give away money, he's not trying to, like, he's not playing this, I would imagine, to, like, 100%.
But sometimes, like, those guys have a hard time ever turning it off. They're like,
you're going to see, actually, you can pay attention to the right side of your screen. You can barely see it. Casey's actually going to be popping off this champagne bottle. She's never opened one. And I said, I'm going to film it. And I was like 90% sure I was going to get hit in the face with a cork. Like, this is going to be the viral video where it just goes and hits me and the whole phone goes crazy.
And I am trying to give her instructions on how to properly shoot a cork.
Yeah. Everybody at the table is like worried about it. They're like, where's she aiming that thing? Look, there it is. Oh, there it is. It's all part of the master Ocean's 11 robbery plan.
That's right.
She's like gonna pop out the camera and the lights go out and boom, we rob the whole place.
Can you even say that and blow our plan?
Well, now they think it's not our plan because I said it.
I almost dropped the second F-bomb.
See?
You
just give it time.
2 F-bombs in the first 30 minutes?
Yeah, what time? You got time. You got 7 more minutes.
It's like bomb pots. F-bomb pots.
Student Aces, thank you very much for your kind words. All right, so it looks like we got our usual polar bear straddle here.
I'm glad that you're getting blamed for putting...
I know, right? We saw this. Hey, let me show you what's going on.
Well, I didn't want her falling backwards while shooting, you know...
It's safety first.
Yeah.
It's safety first. I'm going to put on this one.
Damn, we never agreed to what we're going to say.
Oh, I don't know. But I'm just waiting for Vanessa to pick up a pot so we can use it.
Well, something happens in a half an hour. Oh. See, I like Casey doing that. Good for her.
Look at this.
They should be personal bottles.
And, wow, clubs are cheap. Check this out. 7 clubs just in the 4 players in the hand. Holy crap.
Can someone ban Flounder for saying you guys twice? Seems unnecessary. Seems like more necessary. JFK coming from the moon. What's going on?
JFK chiming in from, I think he's still over in Hong Kong, going to be on his way back
Look
shortly.
at this, Frank with top 2. Okay, fine.
And there's nothing, but there's nothing for anybody to continue on.
Frank's not used to.
Yes, look, they're just passing around the bottle, hitting it.
I'm okay
I love this table.
with that.
I love that's the way. Roger that. This is home game status. They're passing around the bottles. Guys, there it is. The one and only JFK Stones. This is who you're texting and calling to get a seat on this game right here. Clearly, he's super enjoying his time. Now, this is in Macau, actually, I believe. This was
nice.
He hit this whole, just patch of hitting all the cool places over there on the other side of the world. Check this out. I mean, it looks awesome.
He's just down in front of those doing a handshake.
Look at that. Look at. Sometimes I wonder if the casino misses me too. Aww, feels bad, man. I don't know if he just finished eating something really bloody there. It's a little rough. And I'm pretty sure Justin had no idea we were going to do that. So now that he's tuning in, this is perfect timing. Boom, got him. Boom, roasted.
Hurricane Cat, calling the 18. And I think if she flops the flush draw, we're going to see a hurricane in motion.
See, Frank is an experienced champagne drinker because you can't just go like this. Because you can't just throw it back down because then it all foams up and flies out. And there's so many bad jokes there, but we'll leave it alone. Frank popped it to 38.
But the 9-7, because why not? Because you drink from the bottle and you throw chips in the pot. Flounder, they have not made an action figure out of Fat Train just yet.
Oh, that'd be awesome. 6-6 deuce, total whiff city for everybody.
So this is a difficult flop to hit. Now, if you're Frank, you did raise, you should go ahead and just fire out at this pot. Because when you're raising, you're already saying I got aces, kings, ace, king, like this.
But it's Frank. You're saying I raise because I'm Frank.
I would probably raise Frank in this situation.
You know what I mean?
But in this situation, when you raise, go ahead and continue on this kind of flop.
Flip them both over. It's the first thing we hear. Look, oh yeah, you knew that was going to happen. Yeah. Of course it is.
You knew exactly the kind of reaction Alicia was going to have.
When he says, "I'll show you one," you might as well just delay that out to at a time. One at a time is what I meant. Oh wow, I have my one and only pre-order for my own action figure. I'm in. All right, who has the hookup at Mattel or whoever makes all the cool toys these days?
I have a lot of wax, like earwax. I can,
That's just creepy. I did see the hair doll you made of me, and that kind of freaked me out.
Like in a good way, though.
Well, you told me it fell out of my...
You said LOL nice.
You told me it fell out of my hair that way, and I know you're lying.
Nose hair.
I mean, obviously, I made a supersized giant hair doll out of you. I just took it all off. That's it. That's my only joke. I got nothing. Don't slap me with that bear paw.
That's some highbrow humor right there. Office Space is raising to about 50-something.
Yeah, can we just call him Office Space?
Yeah.
I like it.
60.
Solid.
Oh, little does he know, Poker Mama is going to make it about... Are you going to just call?
I like that. Cider said I had a friend at Toys R Us. Yeah, not anymore. Feels bad, man. I went on Toys R Us the other day, and they were packed.
Wax figurine.
Going out of business sale, good for a business. Literally, there's 30 people in line at Toys R Us the other day.
Right, because they haven't actually closed. They just announced that they're going to.
That's the most evil genius plan ever.
Maybe they run such a good sell that they just stay in business.
Now, there's not much for Office Space to continue on here, but Poker Mama just flopped the world. Couple of overs, the best hand, diamond draw.
Yeah, I don't really like this bet. I don't like the sizing.
Like, anybody's tuning in right now, oh, this is just normal poker. There's a polar bear with 2 bottles of champagne. This is just normal everyday poker at Stones.
Don't raise. Don't raise. I mean, I might raise, but don't raise.
Oh my god, I remember that. 6-pack Jim Bro. Thanks for the follow. Very cool.
Hey, Suited Aces, you don't need to pre-order that wax figurine. We're just going to send you multiple of them.
Oh, there'll be plenty in stock. I don't think it's going to do much.
And if we run out of wax, we'll figure out other things to make the figurines out of.
All right, so so I mean, no biggie here. It's typical C-bet here by Kyle, and it's just not going to go anywhere. I mean, Poker Mama's not going anywhere here, so if he tries, he's not going to. Let's listen.
How much does she have left? She has probably almost 300.
No, yeah, he's gone. There's no way he can. Yeah, it's
like 2, yeah.
Another 200 behind. I mean, she dedicated herself. She's not going anywhere there.
And that's a good thing. You want to dedicate yourself in this game. You got to study. Put in the time. So,
see what you did there. See, that was a very subtle joke. I got it. Our viewers at home, I'm sure, got it. All right, now new dealer coming in. Are they doing bomb pots here on
we'll find out
tonight?
I mean, they should do shots like every half an hour. They should do shots at this game. Nick Van something or another says, "Is this not a good jam spot?" Clarify your question. Are you talking about
for Casey? Because it would have been too big of a jam, and I actually agree with that with Gatsby here. Is because the pot was so small. If Casey she's in what I call an awkward sizing spot, right? Because she doesn't want to raise much less, but if she raises much more, it's like. I mean, do you jam or not? I mean, I don't know. I'm with you. I think you go either way.
I wouldn't jam.
It's a big overbet, but she's in the spot where it's weird because even by not jamming, she's still clearly pot dedicated, so it's almost the same as jamming, but it's like awkward stack.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I've said before. It's you want to bet an amount that's going to get the job done, not anymore.
Yeah. Gatsby says, polar bear drinking straight out of the bottle, my kind of girl. Cider says, looks like the global ice caps are melting when polar bears are starting to migrate to Sacramento. Approved. All right, guys, so this is a bomb pot. We do it on dealer change. Everybody throws in 20 bucks. Everybody gets cards. We see a flop, on with the show, which is crazy because you can't put anybody on a range of hands here.
King Jack, who has it?
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so Nick says, I was looking at the actual graphics of the stack, because that would totally make sense if you thought that Casey shipped 200 or whatever with 25 behind. That doesn't make any sense.
Right. Yeah, then at that point, it might as well. So, Frank is probably going to... Oh, wait, he checked?
Frank is pretty much in the lead equity-wise here with his jack. Cat's not far behind here with open-ended.
Yeah, I think if I have 8s here, I probably just check back because you do have showdown value. There's so many random hands that are going to call you. Like you're just turning your hand into a bluff from the flop, so now you're going to have to bomb almost every single turn and bomb.
Just seeing you crack your knuckles with that. Nobody else can see that, but it looks so good. You guys will see it soon.
Maybe.
Well,
Darius could run that.
This is it. Yes, passing around glasses. See, Veronica facilitating the booze.
I did ask her to facilitate this. So,
look, poor dealer. The dealer's actually trying to tell Veronica it's on you, but she's more busy passing out champagne.
Yeah. Look, you don't tell Veronica anything in a Veronica and Friends game,
nope.
Okay?
She'll tell you when to deal.
Did Frank really fold a king? No, or jack? Did you fold anything yet?
Frank's got 9 bottles of whatever. He doesn't care.
The champagne passing was at a bad time.
Yeah.
For Frank.
Carl Kerr, I kind of agree with you. Veronica's wine glass on the table is giving me anxiety. Like you're just waiting for that awkward spill it over.
Well, they don't. They have the tables red for a reason.
Cheers, everybody! Everybody at home, cheers for us. Everybody at home is watching. Cheers. We're gonna do a good old internet cheers to you guys. Boom.
I feel weird cheersing water though.
It's not a big deal.
Oh
yeah! Oh, cheers! Oh, we just cheers to our booth team too. That was legit.
Yes, unless you want 1/8 bottle full of water.
Mm-hmm. Everybody gets a cheers. Suited Ace is like cat folded ? The weird thing about those bomb pots is you can't put anybody on a range. You know what I mean? And so it's like, even if you have top pair or you have a decent hand, you're always skeptical of what's going on.
So EP says Veronica's probably so annoying at the table. They're actually not at all. She's really fun to have at the table. She's really good to, keep the atmosphere up at a table. No, she's a person you want to have at a table.
And you always see Veronica and Friends game obviously is handpicked and they have a lot of fun and they're there to have fun. But if you ever catch Veronica in a random live cash game that's not on the stream, she doesn't let the table not have fun.
Right.
Like she'll start buying drinks. Let's loosen this table up. I'm not playing poker in a library.
Yeah. She's one of the best people I've ever come across that when it comes to like creating a good table dynamic.
Oh yeah. And if for some reason, EP, that you do end up finding her annoying, just drink more, and it's
Right.
amazing. You're gonna love it. You're gonna have a blast.
And Rick in Barstow, says that she's not annoying, and you can actually take Rick's
Truth.
knowledge because he's been in there multiple times with her.
Rick says what's annoying is J.K. Urban Dictionary. That's what's annoying.
Yeah.
Now look at this flop. This is a complete whiff for both players here. Frank with position, gonna fire after Matt checks. It's just on to the next one. Easy fold.
Well, I mean, Frank had a better hand anyways, right? 4 high.
Versus 5 high? Solid.
At least he was connected. And Frank's just giving Matt crap.
Guys, if you haven't been down to Stones, we are located right outside Sacramento, California. You can't miss it. We're right off Highway 80. Come on down, hang out. If you're close, that's awesome. If you have a Highway 80 anywhere near you in the continental United States, that's the same one. Get on it and drive to us. Otherwise, if you guys do find yourself, you're a fan of the show, you find yourself in town randomly from out of state, out of country, out of planet, I don't judge, hit up JFK Stones. He will make it a point to get you on the game, get you in the stream. We've had people come all the way from Malaysia, and we got them on the stream same day. So, come on down.
I agree with what he said.
What he said.
Now, what does Office Space have in front of him? Is that a hockey puck?
I'm not sure.
Oh, we have our first Vanessa Kade sighting. In the pot, that is.
She's been, the polar bear has been very quiet. Very quiet. Actually, it's pretty funny. I was telling her about this old crazy guy I used to work with, and I described him as a raging bipolar bear. And then we started talking about her onesie, and she's like, oh, I totally approve of that. Like, I'm going to use that bipolar bear term for sure. Of course, ace right there in the window. Hurricane Cat does connect.
Oh, we can't do it yet.
Yeah, not much going on. So EP says, I wish I didn't live in Michigan. I would love to wreck some big California players. And I like the way you spelled players. I like players. I like it. So here's the deal. I have a lot of people here who tune in, especially on our Friday night big games, and say, I'd crush this game. I'd easily snap off 10K in this game.
Come on.
And while I believe you or don't, guys, flights are cheap. I mean, if you're going to crush a game for 5K, 10K, what's $500 round trip flight? Come on out. Seriously, we'll buy you a beer. We'll have a blast. I think you will be thoroughly impressed with this room.
So, a little back to reality strategy talk here. So, I like the check from Hurricane Cat. I do not like the raise. Even though you have somebody c-betting and someone continue, I also don't like the c-bet. You
just want to flatten and let them lay their own price?
You have a marginal hand, so if she has a better hand because she did raise pre-flop, you're overplaying your hand. Secondly, you have a 10 blocker to any possible open and straight draws. Mm-hmm. So it makes it less likely, that you're just letting somebody have a really good price for their straight draw. Yeah. And you don't want 3 streets of value, especially 3 streets of kind of crazy, bloated value. So with ace 10 there, it's going to be a check, it's going to be a call, and then if they check the turn, you're good. If they bet, you can make that decision based on your player types. But by check raising there, you're overplaying your hand quite a bit.
Power Shen, to answer your question, is there a good hotel at or near Stones? Stones itself does not have a hotel. However, we generally put up everybody at the Crown Plaza. It's 1 exit away. It takes all of maybe 4 to 6 minutes to get here at most. I think it's less than a $10 Uber.
And there's actually a ton of Airbnb options around here as well. So a lot of times if I'm here for a couple days or doing a couple the tournaments or something, I'll just get an Airbnb. And it's you stay at the Crown and it's probably 80 to 120 depending on the day. And Airbnb is going to be $50, $60.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you found a lot of local good Airbnbs around here.
Yeah.
Flounder with the jokes in the YouTube chat. I respect it. Don't know if I should say it.
So I actually watched Ricky Gervais stand-up last night on Netflix. And he had a joke going along with that, that he was saying he was going to do at the Grammys or the Oscars. I don't know, one of those, where a lot of famous people go. Talking about, you know, like all this stuff and, you know, and Bruce Jenner, blah, 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 you know, the woman of the year and all the courageous and change. Didn't do much for women, you know, the notion of women's driving, though. You're just basically playing off of that joke.
Boom, there you go. That's my response to your joke there in the YouTube chat, and that's about as non-PG as we're going to get. Welcome to Stones Live, guys. But yeah, there is the Good Hotel down the street. Airbnb, always a solid option. Do Stones hire prop players? They absolutely do. I'm not exactly sure how you come down and apply for that process. I think you just put an application, and yeah, I think it's a pretty quick, smooth, easy process. What do you think for?
A pen.
Pen for the booth.
A pen thrown over the top?
Don't throw it. This is where I die.
Sorry, I can catch.
I'm just gonna hold. There it is. All right, do it anyways. The worst. All right, so it looks like Vanessa waking up with another hand here. Queen Jack. Everybody's gonna come along. It was an $11 straddle. I think everybody's coming along. Never. Take a quote out of Billy Madison.
Freckle Peckle, you know, the one thing is also nice about the Veronica and Friends is it is a little bit of an introductory stream. You know, so it does afford people opportunity that maybe don't have like a huge bankroll.
Do you see the camera flashed on Casey there for a minute? I think she was getting ready to pop another bottle. She's like a pro already now. She pops one champagne bottle, and now she's just popping bottles all the time.
I might have to go down to the table and drink some champagne with him in a minute.
Oh, there you go. Jenna White chiming in. I know there was a serious question in there if we hire prop players. She said, apply at the cage. We're currently hiring dealers and props. Takes a lot of manpower to run a nice establishment 24 hours a day.
It'd be nice if you can do propping, but like not have to go to different games. Like, I just want to play 1, 3, and 2, 5.
Yeah.
Like, you pay me like 10, 15 bucks an hour to play those games? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Where's my new Porsche?
Yeah, exactly. Prop player, Pyroshen, can you explain what a prop player is? We'll just say I'm asking for a friend. Yeah, a prop player is, let's face it, you're not going to play poker with 2 or 3 people at the table. You need to have at least 4 players, 5 players and stuff. So a prop player is literally nothing else than somebody who gets paid an X amount of dollars per hour by the house, but plays on his own money just to keep a game going. But because of that, if the, you know, you'll have to, I think you're at the house's will of, hey, I want you to go play in that game because it's short, and then go play in that game because it's short. So you have to be comfortable playing in a variety of different levels, and even different mixed games too, because regular Holdem, Omaha, whatever. But that's what a prop player is. So they're playing their own money. It's not like they have free money and they're just trying to stack you with house cash.
Right.
I mean, it's the same thing as I got a job, I make 20 bucks an hour, but I'm playing and any money I lose is on me. So that's what a prop player is. And it's kind of like a police officer. I think they have to identify if you ask. And I don't think that's true at all.
In most houses, if you're on the clock, you know, you wear a badge or something. But honestly, like, most prop players are like the nittiest players ever. You know, they're
super tight.
They're just sitting there. They're not playing any hands. They're trying to get the hourly from, you know, the casino. Me, yeah, I'm
Oh, there we go. That's why she was ducking, because Casey was popping off another bottle of champagne.
Pokeball Eric wants me to prop the Omaha 08. Now, I would, because I'd actually be profitable in that game. It's just when I start drinking and playing Omaha, like limit games, I'm just like, whatever. Like, the most I could lose in this pot is like, you know, what? Yeah. 4 bets times 4 streets? Screw it. Like, I'll do that blind. I don't care.
Derek Cole in the house. What up?
What's up, Derek?
Another crusher tuning in.
He's been in the game multiple times, living out in Vegas. And what is the weather like out there?
It's got to be better than here right now. Yeah. Hey, I saw the poker boss Sean McCormick taking the top off his vet driving around, so it's got to be better than it is here.
Well, my understanding is if you drive fast enough, rain does not hit you if your top is down.
Makes sense.
So I have sick brag. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just trying to like relay my own personal experiences in life. But I've dropped the top a couple times and driven, above the speed limit, and I feel like I still got some sprinkles on my head.
It's true. It's true.
Maybe I'm not going fast enough.
You have to actually catch flight so you can get above the rate.
Look, my car is very light. Like I could go like 55 miles per hour in the rain, and then I start hydroplaning.
So Freckle Peckle says, damn, I've never heard of prop players. I guarantee you've played with prop players, you just didn't know you were playing with them.
I guess it depends. I mean, if you're in an area that has one small card room, maybe they don't have prop players.
Even then, I bet you they still have at least a prop player or two because they have to start a game. So if two people come in wanting to start a game.
So I know at Grayton, like it's a decently sized. They don't have prop players.
Yeah, but it's decently sized. But they always have pretty decent games, though, right? So they don't really even need prop players. Not that we're small by any means, but I mean, let's face it. There's always going to be a lull in that weird like 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. period and stuff like that. So it's nice to be able to fill a game.
I'm telling you, man, if I could pick my games, because I mean, some places allow you to do that. Like you only prop for like the games that you want to.
That's cool.
Not that you table select, but like I only play no limit, like 1, 3, 2, 5, whatever. Oh my god!
All right, so let's check this out.
Crush those games.
So Vanessa does here. She makes a king. It's no good to Veronica's ace here. Oh no, oh wow, she is making a solid raise on top of Veronica here. Let's see what happens. And you know what? I mean, Veronica has a pretty strong hand. I think Veronica could find a fold if she had like ace rag. Ace jack's decently strong here. And I'd say she could find a fold because Vanessa's been pretty quiet up to this point. So obviously Veronica's giving her credit for a strong hand. But I don't know if it's going to be credit for a hand that's stronger than Veronica's current ace jack.
Well, the thing that does have... okay, so here's what you really have to consider, right? So pre-flop is where you really start putting together your puzzle.
Oh,
now
looks like we got a
Veronica raised pre-flop. Vanessa did not re-raise. So she's very unlikely to have aces, kings, ace, king. So kind of the best hand she can have is ace, queen. Now Vanessa checked, which is what you do to the pre-flop better. Veronica bet. So I mean, really, the only hand that Vanessa is repping is pocket fours.
And so Vanessa obviously at this point knows she's behind. She'd be calling to do a little bit of a gamble. Her raise actually versus her raise size versus what she has behind made her raise actually look really strong because she almost was like, okay, I'm dedicated, I'm not going anywhere. But now she's still put in the hot seat here. Yeah, she's gonna let it go.
Yeah. So I think if Vanessa goes back and like reevaluates that hand and the story that she's telling, she'll realize from pre-flop.
Oh God, listen to Veronica.
Pre-flop, she kind of capped herself.
Oh man, come on! I'm sure Vanessa only brought so much American money. She's got that good Canadian stuff. Poker Pro Eric chimes in, guys. If this is true,
I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know if it's true either. It says Indian casinos are not allowed to have prop players, so no, Grayton does not. There you go. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought if anything, Indian casinos could get away with way more stuff, so I don't know why they wouldn't, but who knows?
Yeah. Outside of my pay grade. I just know that they don't.
Guys, polar bears do have pockets. We just saw Vanessa pull out more cash. Confirmed.
Well, okay, so...
Oh, God. Welcome to the National Geographic Channel with Justin and Chris. Yes. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
If you eat food and drop out excrement, you have a pocket.
Oh, man.
It's not always maybe retrievable.
See,
at the time that
she's not eating at the table because she killed a bunch of baby seals earlier. She's not hungry anymore.
My hand is sweating for no reason.
Freckle Peckle, I think it's the last time we'll touch on props, but they don't play house money. They literally, it's like anything else, like a job. So if you're going to work an 8-hour shift, I think you maybe get prepaid your $20 an hour, so you have 160, and if you lose it, that's on you. If you break even, then great, you made your salary for the day. If you make money, then that's cool too. But it's nothing more than you working another job and then going to play. That's it. If they played with house money, I would feel awkward as a player because then I'm thinking they're just playing with free cash.
All right. Wait, is she done? We have a special guest. We don't have a special guest.
I'm setting these here.
All right.
That's happening.
We have a special guest in Justin Kelly.
Guys, I'm back. Oh my God.
Mr. Him himself.
It was so amazing. I was gone for so long.
Oh, Frank with the V straddle.
Do you see the double deep, the extra deep V, guys? By the way, side note, if you haven't done it yet.
I thought you were going to say, if you have an extra deep V.
No. Seriously, Google Saturday Night Live Deep V skit with Ben Stiller. Thank me later. You guys have more than one monitor. We know you guys are DJs. Go look it up. Right. You'll like it.
I'm going to go fill my cup full of ice.
Cool. I'll be back. So Vanessa right back in it here, re-raising Frank's V-straddle. Now, normally this would work against most players, but, you know, hashtag Frank. So let's see what happens. Yeah, dude, being a prop player is like the best, worst job ever. It's the hardest easy money you'll ever make. It's the ultimate grind. Did I warn Vanessa about Frank? I think everybody warned Vanessa about Frank. Vanessa's still in the lead here, although it's hard to know that with Ace King on board. Rock, paper cuts. What games does Stones regularly spread? Stones regularly spreads 1-2, 1-3, 2-5, some 5-10s. We get bigger games on Fridays for the stream, like 5-10-20s, 10-25, something like that. We even do 100, 200 limits. A couple Omaha games always spewing around, PLO and whatnot. Cool thing about Stones, oh, she finally rakes a pot, guys. Boom. Everybody has the right to bear arms. We're going to give it up. It's true. One bear to another. The games here get absolutely ridiculous, and I highly encourage you. So everything above 1-3 is at 1-3 and above is all table stakes, meaning that no matter what's on the table, you can match the highest stack and go to town.
Steak.
See, I was waiting for when she won a pot, and we could do like a bear high five. Here.
All right.
See?
Glad I can help. Oh,
what are you doing back?
Oven mitts?
Yeah. These are oven mitts. Amazon. You can get these on Amazon. They are oven mitts.
I saw them earlier, but I didn't realize it until I put them on. I was like, these are oven mitts.
Doesn't everybody bring oven mitts to work? Is that just me?
I think it's just you.
It's Veronica and friends. I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, why not?
Hey, this is America. Everybody has the right to bear arms. That's my horrible joke, and you get it.
Yeah. Trump America.
Just stop. Just
I don't know.
Stop what you're behind.
So you know me, every time there's an open seat here, I have to jump.
I love it. This is actually, guys, for those of you who don't know, this is Taylor. He is basically our booth production guy in the back, and he runs the show pretty much, along with a couple other guys. So
it's hilarious. I actually have to change my name right here.
No, I know. You change your name in the back.
I changed my name and then I run around.
Clever.
I was hoping you didn't lock it when he came out. I was like, well, that'd be embarrassing.
There's a reason we put locks on the doors. They just forget to use them.
Right.
So Matt,
anybody can be let in here. Look at this guy.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. The chat's been all right today.
Oh, we love our chat. Our chat's always a blast. Fun little double gutter here for Matt.
Pocket Abes?
Matt with a fun double gutter. Not much going on for Veronica. I think this is going to be a check bet fold scenario. Yep, there we go.
How about that start for Veronica? She just had like hand after hand after hand at the beginning.
This is why people think things like online poker is rigged, because when you see that right here live and you think it's rigged, and you can see the dealer shuffling the deck, right? But then when it happens online, you're like, it's got to be rigged.
You start thinking, well, Veronica's always in seat 4, and she invited this lineup.
Get it?
No, they're getting crazy over there. I was just over there actually. I had to fix some technical things, and man, they are live.
They are definitely live. I think the 7 bottles of champagne helped. Yeah. East Coast Grinder, what's going on? Tahoe 777.
Can we get a song? No, man. I've been a little under the weather. I can't.
You can come on. You can throw out for all the fans. You can throw out one of these and look at this. Come on, come on.
Do it.
Just wait before you leave the booth. I want to hear something one time.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Take your time.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
It's okay.
Where'd Chris go to?
East Coast Grinder says, where's the Asian senior correspondent? Unfortunately, even though it's a casino, we were all out of Asians. Sorry about that.
Oh. Fresh out.
Fresh out.
So
there's your song! Look, they're singing it here!
Wait, what? Really? I don't have a headset.
They're singing "What's Love Got to Do with It."
There it is. That's my song.
Oh, Carl.
Good night for the Uber drivers. I look like Justin Timberlake. I've actually gotten that. I don't know why.
Just step. All right, let's listen and see what these guys are doing here.
Top pair for Poker Mama.
And for Matt was the better kicker here.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at Frank's got a flush draw, so this could get fun. Oh yeah, Alicia shipping it. Matt's coming along, and then Frank. Oh god, this is gonna escalate quickly. Let's see.
What a flop.
Oh my god, and if Matt just flats here, you know Poker Mama's coming along, and then Frank's gonna get all out of control. Oh wow, get ready, guys.
Oh shoot, he is flatting.
Right? This is.
I didn't expect him
dude,
to.
this is gonna. Yeah. Get ready. What's up, bud? You've been replaced.
I'll let you have your seat back.
That's fine. That's fine.
You've been replaced. Look at this. But this is.
We got the bear high five.
Yeah, we did. Right when you left. Right when you left.
What?
Yep. Sorry, bud.
All right.
He actually looked over the wall and he was like, "Hey Taylor, get in here." I'm just kidding.
Replacement Chris.
Bear high five. All right, I'm gonna get up.
All right.
Casey folded? No.
She did fold.
All right.
She did fold.
So I actually had to go down to the table
Understandable.
and harass them because they had still had 2 bottles that were not open. So I got one of them opened. I harassed Matt to make him drink. And you know, the rewards of that is you get a little bit of champagne.
Cheers.
So cheers, everybody. Cheers at home. Have a little champagne with us.
These guys are on a champagne campaign.
So good.
Look at this photograph. Oh, Taylor with a quick redo. I like
How
it.
do we switch? How do we switch gloves?
Sorry,
I
we
feel
switched
comfortable
bits.
with that. Oh, that's a good little pot. Go, Alicia.
And don't slow roll, Alicia.
So was that all in pre-flop?
No, Alicia got it in on the flop. Matt called with top pair.
Oh God, so
yeah.
tight.
Yeah, and then actually Casey had top pair with a weaker kicker behind her, so she made a good fold. And then Frank over called with a flush draw.
Pocket aids. What's up?
The Mayor Pete, the Shark 2, what's going on?
All right. So Poker Pro Eric is harassing me, so he needs a timeout. Wait, my option is to add
Are you even logged in?
whisper. Yeah, I should be. Or gift him a subscription.
Say hi.
I don't feel comfortable with any of that. Oh, Poker Pro Eric, 5-minute break. Actually, that's enough time for him to go to the bathroom, go to the refrigerator, grab 2 or 3 more drinks, bring them back, warm up some pretzels, come back, drink a drink.
Jesus. All right, Hike, what's going on? Thank you very much for tuning in. Very cool. The Mayor Pete, how's our girl doing? I believe you're talking about Miss VK in the Polar Bear going on. She's had a bit of a rough start, just getting warmed up.
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't, had too much really to work with. You can see her kind of like trying to force the action a little bit, which is, understandable. Like, you see a game like this, you really have to combat that instinct of like, I need to get in there. I need to make something happen. Like in these kind of games, a lot of times your best play is just to sit back and kind of let the game come to you, because you may make 1 or 2 hands in the entire.
That's my approach
session.
on dating as well.
Yeah. I'll not go further.
I wouldn't.
So, but I mean, you may only make 1 or 2 hands in 4, 5, 8-hour session. But if you're playing it, just make a hand, get paid. You're going to get paid. You don't need to force the action. The action is there.
Yeah, there's no forcing at this table. It's there when you pick up a hand and you're ready to make one.
So we have champagne down here.
All right, so Vanessa here, just in time, Mayor Pete. She pops it to 60. Frank calls because Frank calls. That's because it's Frank.
Frank the Tank. Table full of Franks.
Table full of Franks.
And of course, this is a Frank flop.
Wow, of course, Frank flops open-ended. Now, this is a decent kind of random board to normally continue on here. Unfortunately for Vanessa, Frank's probably not going to go anywhere.
Right.
Pots at about $1.50. Looks like she's going to fire in 75. I'm loving those, like, super, I think those are USA glasses, I think, or British glasses. They're awesome, but she's got all sorts of fun shades.
So, I actually really like her sizing. So one of the things I mess around with sizing is, so the smaller you go, the more often, like, kind of the
She went
thinner the
60
bets
now.
you can make. And so this kind of flop, like, you're going to bet, like, knowing that you're going to have to bet, like, twice or
Yes.
3 times.
Fair enough. Oh, my God, Frank.
Assuming you don't get raised.
He runs so good. Now, Frank turns just the super monster, exactly what he's hoping for.
So while this is not a spade, this is still completes one of the big draws.
Yeah.
So I like her check here. And at this point, you just fold. You don't have any hard backups. You know, you really have nothing, just fold.
You have no sort of redraw.
Especially someone that's going to continue very wide. So we don't know if she's kind of gotten a sense of like how Frank plays.
Let's see if Frank's gonna show. Oh, Frank shows too. Oh, he shows one. He's gonna show both. There it is.
There we go.
You like that? There. Flip them. There's both.
You know, but so that's the thing is like you don't know like how wide people are going to continue, but once you start getting an idea of like it's Frank and like how wide he'll continue, that's Frank's range. If he doesn't have a pair, he has 2 pairs. If he doesn't have a 2 pair, he's got a straight.
Exactly.
You know,
So-
that's not your neighborhood.
So Frank is, we put a couple players in this. He's the rangeless beast category. All right, let's listen to what they're laughing about here.
Ooh, our drinks are very similar looking.
I think somebody else in the, there we go. Benny Bolt says, I think I'm going to find a drink. Right on. Cheers.
Oh.
That is that. What'd you say, Taylor? Okay. All right, let's listen in, guys.
If we can hear past Veronica screaming.
I'm out. This table hates us so much.
I mean, Frank's hot sauce. I gave it a whole new name. I have not done that. It's a whole new word tonight.
I will never do that.
All right, next stream, I'm Frank's hot sauce.
Right now. I'm ordering a t-shirt. You're ordering? I'm fucking ordering the girls' night out. I'm wearing a Frank's hot sauce t-shirt.
What is with these sticky ass?
Yeah, it's hot sauce, isn't it?
It's like annoying. I mean, we get no flop enjoyment. It comes out.
No, I've got plenty of flop enjoyment in these
That's right. I need my flop enjoyment.
You need your. Oh, I can't touch that. 30.
What? Can I buy a Frank's red hot sauce t-shirt?
Is it really Frank's?
Yeah.
There's the classic right there. That's Frank's t-shirt.
That is amazing right
Okay,
there.
well,
I
Frank,
love it.
heads up.
That is amazing. That is classic. So the theme of our night out will be hot sauce. Just FYI.
55.
Got hot sauce.
How do I not have cards? What happened here? Did I not play this hand? I folded at some
I can do sriracha shirt, right? That'll work. Yeah. I can't
Shut
find
up, Frank.
Thanks for making me Google that shit, cat.
That's what we're all gonna be dreaming about tonight,
Oh,
guys.
good God. Oh, my God.
Sweet dreams. Oh, there's a Frank shirt.
Yeah.
And goodness, the cameras can't
Got hot sauce.
see this shit.
Cap?
Flushing Jim.
I know. I'm gonna bring. Okay, I got it. My hand is giving this next game. My hand. The hat says got hot sauce.
Got what?
Hot sauce.
Coming back in. Everybody put on their clothes.
All right, we're back.
Let's go.
We didn't get a chance to get our pants back on, but we got the shirts on.
That's all right. They can't see it anyways. Let's see. Catching up. The Mayor Pete says, I'm surprised there aren't more drinks at this table. And Ghost is like, well, they don't really need drinks because it's all in their bloodstream right now. So they are cruising right now. Daniel April, this is off the hook. 100% agreed. Veronica and Friends never disappoints.
You gotta have a bot to be in this game.
Yeah.
Anybody got top six? Oh, did you just catch that? Nice. You saw it on camera.
Yeah.
He missed
A fly was going around.
Matt raises the old king nine from the small blind. Doing high level stuff that's not going to work in this game.
Yeah, so snap call by Frank's like king 3.
So basically, this puts Matt in a really weird position. What do you do on this flop?
The cards were much so quick. Did you guys see that? The flop barely came out, and he mucked his card that fast.
So apparently in this situation, when the guy just folds to you, you collect the pot.
That was
Well
the
played.
best. That was the best. Flounder, I do respect the Lebowski quotes in there. Very cool. Very cool. Market
That's
zero.
just like your
Market
opinion,
zero,
man.
It was over the line. Market zero. I actually pre-ordered a big Lebowski pinball machine almost 3 years ago now, and supposedly I might get it sometime in the next couple months, so don't tell me.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Actually, you might get that at the same time that I've got mine. I haven't ordered one at all.
Jeez. Let's see. Questy says, so are all of these recreational players except for Miss Kade? There's a couple people who grind here for sure for a living at this table. Yeah, there's 2 I can think of right now.
9 and 6.
At least.
I think those are the only pro players.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I would imagine, based on Vanessa's stream, that might be her significant income. But, I don't know that she plays, as significant income. Maybe people in the chat can correct me.
No, she does. She grinds tournaments all day, every day online and just crushes souls, for sure. That is the thing. Honestly, she grinded as making her living doing live cash for years. And then once she started hitting the online thing and started streaming and then started gaining some traction there, that just became her main bread and butter. And so that's for the last 6 months, she's just been stream all day, every day. Let's do it.
Gotcha. Why not, man?
Yeah. Apparently in the US, we don't know how to handle our online poker because we just freak out. So maybe one day, again. I know there's loopholes and there's little things here and there.
I have all kinds of thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have actual good regulation. Maybe we should have good protection for the players so you don't get cheated. I don't know. Maybe
you are gonna open up a large can. Of worms.
Billions of dollars? Sure, yeah. Let's just run it fucking nobody cares.
And it is after 8 p.m., so you are allowed to drop more F-bombs. So you're good there.
Do I get it limited per week? Because I got another show next week.
No. It's actually per hour, and I think the limit is 4. So there you go.
I'm telling you, the F-bomb is my quote.
Power Shed, Veronica, yeah, nurse, sure, yeah. She, yes. We'll go with that. Not in nurse in the traditional sense, but does a lot of nurse analytical, statistical stuff for hospital-type companies. So yes, sure.
Yeah.
All right, so Stones Live, once again, guys, YouTube, Twitch, we absolutely love you. Follow, click, subscribe, all the above.
Ghost M saying Casey is a full-time player.
Absolutely.
Now, I would say just because you're a full-time player doesn't mean you are a professional. Because you could play 40 hours a week.
Of course.
That doesn't mean you're profitable.
Well, and the question I believe originally was, are they recreational players? I would definitely put Casey above a recreational player. You know what I mean?
My Taylor? Change it.
Oh yeah, Taylor. God, worst booth guy ever.
He's just trying to, I don't know.
Gorilla Gunner in the house. So Poker Mama popping a 50. Frank makes the call. And boom. Queen Jack 3. Everybody misses. Kind of a straight draw here for Frank. I think I say kind of a straight draw. That's what I call a gut shot straight, is kind of a straight draw.
All the terror. me and him, if we were put together to create an uber human, we would not create an uber.
Yeah, is this where we do that weird face melding thing and then I have nightmares? I don't need that drama in my life.
Poor us.
Boom. All right, Frank does river. This would normally be in the drinking game where we'd be forced to drink. So Frank does find the best hand here on the river.
I actually think this is a good pot. A good.
Oh, Casey's like, no. How do you do
Casey to
it?
So I think this will be a good spot to ship because it's.
No. And you know why? Because it's against Frank.
I'm aware.
And he's gonna call.
Frank
every
can
time.
fold on the river when it's a river. So you have player types, right? You have player types, and I'm not going to say Frank fits into this exactly, but you have players that will call on the flop light, call on the turn light, and then fold rivers unless they really improve.
True.
Frank will call light on the flop and turn, but fold rivers, if he doesn't improve. He's hoping to hit something.
Well, and
So
Frank
is a
does
player type.
progressively get a little tighter as the hand goes on.
Right.
Pre-flop, Frank will call just about anything. But you're right, as it gets down to the bet sizing, flop, turn, river, he will end up narrowing
So
down.
if Casey would have made the straight, like she had king 10 there, she should, with her stack size versus the pot, ship whenever she makes it. So she would be doing that with the best made
Wait,
hands.
you're talking the last Casey didn't have king 10 there. You saw that, right?
No, I'm saying
Okay,
if she
if,
had king
okay,
10,
gotcha.
she would be shipping in that spot, or she should.
Yeah.
Because what's going to call, whether she bets 100 or her whole stack, is like 2 pairs, sets, that kind of thing. If Frank has nothing, he's going to fold. If Frank has 1 pair, he's probably going to fold to 100.
All right, so quick question here from the chat. Mayor Pete says, what do people generally buy in for over the course of the night during the VM Friends game? Well,
let me tell you.
She does tell people to bring a little bit more than your usual 1-3 game for sure. Obviously, you can see the stakes there at the bottom. It starts as a $500 max, but then is instantly table stakes from there. I would imagine when they start the game, almost everybody buys it for 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
So every Veronica and Friends I've played, I've been in for at least a
Look at that
$1,000.
polar bear V straddle though. Lots of blue. Solid.
I
But then,
can't count blue. What's that, like $7?
It was way more, but it doesn't matter because Poker Mama just 3-bet pumps up to queens. Frank's gonna come along with King Jack here.
With a 3-outer.
Poker Mama sitting on, looks like about 300
But
behind.
when I play Veronica and Friends, I usually bring 3 to 4K. Ooh, and actually this is really bad for Frank because flopping top pair, so Poker Mama's going to C-bet here. And she should bet.
Well, she 3-bet originally to 103 pre, so yeah, she's gonna fire a
she's gonna
buck.
bet about 120.
Frank can't. Oh yeah, she's just basically gonna ship it on her and snap ship, snap
Actually,
call.
she's at 130 there.
Yeah, but Frank basically came in for a raise.
And that's what I'm saying. It's
She
like
snap shit.
Frank's not going to get away from like what she has left versus what she's going to bet. Like,
So let's see here. On the turn, oh, and another heart. This actually eliminates a king of heart out for Frank,
there we go.
and it's good.
I was a little worried there for a minute.
King of hearts on the river would have been nasty. She's like, flush, bring it.
Because once people get down, at least in my experience on me, once people get down to like 2 or 3 outs, they hit. They just hit.
Mayor Pete says, I saw a great prop bet today that might play well in this game. Small blind throws money into a side pot each hand. Side pot goes to the small blind if they win the hand, otherwise the pot builds. We've done things like that before on the stream. Boom. We've done things like that before on the stream, and normally what they'll do is they'll do very similar, but they'll do it from the button. Because who doesn't love position?
Right.
So it'll be like everybody puts $5 on their button, and if you win the hand from the button, then you get to collect all the button money. Kind of like free parking in Monopoly, even though apparently that's not the way it's actually played. That's my house rules. So for sure, that's the way they did it before. All right, new dealer coming in, which probably means bomb potosaurus time.
Like I said, they do that, but they just do it on the button here when they do that. It's a button game.
Parisher knows what's up. So this is a key example like you were talking about earlier. Wait for hands, get the action.
Yeah, make hand, get paid. Like literally in these kind of games, that is your strategy. I don't care whether you know about balancing your range and any of that stuff. Make hand, get paid. That is the name of this game.
You know, actually, why I kind of like the Mayor Pete's, what he's talking about here. They were doing it on Poker After Dark. Tank X in the house, what's going on? You know, I kind of like the idea of doing the prop bet and from the small blind to win it. because then you're in worse position as everybody loves the button. You're always way more apt to pick up.
Veronica's passing around the champagne like a good girl.
Yeah, you're always way more apt to pick up and be more aggressive and win more pots from the button.
Right.
So I think it's almost easier to win it from the button.
Right, makes it harder.
So I think, yeah, from the small blind having to be first position, I like that. I like that twist on
I
it.
do too. Tank. Well, I guess that was last year, but so can we get a recap on your last year's performance on being more gangster?
Was that Tank's goal last year?
Last year he wanted to be more gangster, for the year. So that was his New Year's resolution.
I respect that resolution. Most people are like, lose weight, eat better, and he says, be more gangster.
Ha ha ha! I don't know what that means. Yes or no?
All right, so Bomb-Potosaurus, guys, everybody throws in $20. We go to a flop and we play it out. So let's check it out.
It's either going to be Office Space or La Femme Nikita that's going to win this.
Queen high here, Veronica. Veronica connects with the queen. A 9-way pot, how do you have 73% equity? Veronica's run good is insane right now. And as people fall, it just astronomically increases too.
Like, how does nobody have a flush draw?
Oh, Office Space. Kyle's thinking about, oh yeah. Are you going for, oh, I love it. Get some. Kyle just coming out and says, I'm going to exploit everybody being scared of these bomb pots.
I feel like we have one seed away, open right now.
Christopher, I see you, Solarzanzo there. What's going on? Or Solarzano. What casino is this? This is Stone's Gambling Hall, located right outside Sacramento, California. Can't miss it. Come on down, hang out. Let's see. And she folded. Is that like the first pot we've seen him win? Good for him. We're gonna do the bear high five?
Just for him.
Yes!
Honorary bear high five.
You get
for
bear
Mr.
high five.
Office Space.
These are like the long time no eat. Like somebody hasn't won a pot like an hour, like boom, it's going down.
When someone does something amazing like that, I mean, how can I not?
When you just reach down and you're like, I have nothing, but let's pretend like I have a lot.
Yep.
Dondo says, Justin, seat open at the Bach table. I know nothing about Bach. Oh my God, look at this V straddle from Frank. Look at this thing. Look at the size of this thing. Holy crap.
So when I was at the table last.
Look at that. What is that?
For unknown reasons.
I love Frank. Look at this. This has to be like a $300 straddle.
It's 200 and something.
Look at this.
He's like, hey, did you see my whatever straddle? I'm like, yeah. Like, I just smile and nod most of the time people ask me anything.
This is the best. Oh, that kind of V straddle. They're going a little different with this V straddle.
Right. I know you're listening to this.
Another. Wow.
I know you're going to look for rooms for improvement.
Hold on, no. I want to hear this.
Next time you do this, you fill in that bottom portion of the V.
He's doing it. They just put a little.
It's very big.
The badge pot?
Fill in that bottom portion of the V.
Oh, you're asking the badge pot. Small roll badge pot. How much is that?
We need another.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,
70, 80, 90, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180,
195.
195 plus 75.
Just put your every finger all over the
70. 70 in the V straddle.
I might have just broke a personal record that was right here by myself.
You broke something, Frank.
I just did it.
Yeah, you did.
It's a new record.
New record. Shit, I'm first. You popped that light
Hey,
theory
hey, Matt, however brave you think you are, I don't give a shit. I ain't laying down, baby. Come get it, bitch.
I know, Frank. I can't do it.
There's no amount of money on this table that makes me lay down right here. That's
It's Brittany, bitch.
It's Brittany, bitch.
Brittany's all in for 80.
Oh, I like come out ahead on this spot.
All right.
Do I have an option?
You have no options but to sit there and take it.
Take it like a man,
I get
right?
half the whips back
Yeah,
on
get
one
your-
side.
Which side do you want back?
Yeah, your
Alright, she's got 80 back.
Okay.
80 back, 80.
Oh, look at that.
Can I touch it? Can I touch
whatever
it?
you want.
It's all used. Alicia, it's all used now. It's all dirty.
And set the record at the same
Got a
time.
disease.
Come on, Britt.
I don't even have
Yeah, what you got, Frank?
I don't know.
Throw it over there.
All right, Nikita. Oh, Nikita flops. Oh my God! But Frank picked up a deuce. Oh, wait for it. Oh God! All she has to do is fade a deuce or a 9. Flush! Oh, she's way good. Boom! One time no eat. Bear paw high 5 for Nikita.
The fam, good job.
So guys, that is affectionately probably the largest V straddle we've had. 275, 270 straddle, intense. Good old Frank. Frank's like, oh, here, you want a straddle? He just starts throwing out stacks.
Frank is
That is the record.
Yeah. 270 straddle, the best. Best case scenario for Nikita too.
Yeah.
Just been super patient, way to wake up with a hand.
look. And if you're a short stack and you see that kind of straddle coming in your way, you best really thank that person that did that.
Oh yeah. And the sick part is, Frank still got a fat rebate because she didn't have that much. So I think the straddle alone, Frank got like more than half.
So
back.
I'm not going to give Frank credit for that kind of straddle if he's getting rebates on his own straddle.
Frank gets straddle rake back. That's real.
Do we need to get you a second glass? So Frank has elevated the game when it comes to straddles. Like, so next time I play on Veronica and Friends, expect or remind me to make a straddle that spans the whole table.
Freckle
I
Peckle.
won't do it in 25.
Freckle Peckle basically says he pretty much just got to walk. Almost right there. I love it. Now Brady's having fun. She's loosening up. I love it. I wonder what Vanessa's thinking right now. She's like, okay, I thought I knew what I signed up for, but I didn't actually really know I signed up for this. Look at these straddle. I can't.
I think it was Jonathan Little. I was trying to tell him about like what to expect. I'm like, yo, like
When you
people
saw the-
tell you things,
yeah.
like, but you don't really understand. Like, get hammer effed up, and then drink some more.
Well,
and then overload the table with chips, and you might have an idea.
what I told him was,
expect.
I said, take your super epically deep game theory and throw it right out the window with Veronica and Friends game, because that won't work here.
Yeah.
All right, so King
Like,
Queen
did I
for
really
both
5-bet with Ace 10 offsuit? Yes, you did.
King Queen for both Frank and Veronica here. They both big top pair and outflop Matt. Good fires 115. Frank
Scott
makes the
would
call.
not.
Now Veronica, a little behind there, just ships it. I like this ship by Veronica. It's going to isolate pretty well. Obviously, it'll get Matt to fold here because we can see his cards. Now, oh, there you go. I saw you. I saw you there. What? What is that? Is that?
That was Chris.
It's crispy bacon.
Crispy bacon.
There we go. And let's see. Let's see if Frank finds a call.
So we got to talking in the restroom, see?
Oh wow. Let's see if Frank finds a call.
Oh. Okay, so I'm in the corner over there.
Door.
Yeah, ignoring. You guys play that shit?
That is like the
said that.
number one thing you always hear when two players or two players flip over the same hand.
So they hadn't said it. So there is a time period in which you can say that,
Yeah.
and where it's like fun and adds to the game, and they hadn't done that. So I added that for them.
It's very nice of you.
Yeah. Now, Vanessa is a little bit worried about me opening a bottle of champagne behind her. But she doesn't know I'm a professional, and I'm not going to shoot the cork all over the place.
I see what you did there. How many times am I literally going to see the polar bear just like duck for cover tonight? Ugh.
The polar bear is not our natural element.
No, it's way
There's
warmer here.
not enough snow. And I mean snow, not snow like Informer.
Wow, I even got that reference.
Yes.
I don't know how many of these references are awesome, but I love it.
Our references are the best.
No, just in the chat. I wonder like if a guy in the chat's like, I like that. Informer, snow. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I was born in 2003, I get it.
Cheers from Toronto, Showtime Poker 19, tuning in. Guys, I like this. Where are you tuning in from? Tell me all about it. Twitch, YouTube, all the above. Where are you tuning in? I believe we had somebody right when the stream started saying they were tuning in from the UK. Very cool.
So I'm giving Matt crap for not drinking enough, so I'm filling up his drink. Matt, you can't come here.
Oh, is that
as
what
a
you're doing right
crusher.
now?
Yes. You cannot come here as a crusher and expect not to drink. This is a Veronica and Friends.
Look at you. You're
drink.
such an instigator. You're the party boy. You're literally wearing the beer pong shirt running around filling drinks. Wow, 2 ace kings and pocket tens. Get some.
So, especially if you're like an actual good player, a crusher at the game, I will hammer force drinks upon you.
Yeah.
Because you should be able to play this game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like,
So-
you don't come to this game like trying to make your daily living.
Yeah.
You come to this game, you best drink.
So Frank here fires out a huge 3-bet with tens. Veronica instamucks 3s. Oh, and Matt's just not having it. Matt's just shipping it, and Kat's like, oh, wow. Oh, my God. Did you see Kyle's face? His office face? Oh, it's the best.
Did you say his office face?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
I did say that.
Thank you.
Wow, even Kat is just like, am I folding this? So look at this is a big decision now. It was all fun and games until Matt ships it and Frank's like, sure, let's do it.
Frank's like, I don't give a shoot. That's a good flop for Frank.
God, and Kat had ace king of spades and there's champagne on the flop. That's solid. This is so good. Oh, Matt gets the ace and it's
Oh, boo.
good. Kat's like, I was free rolling on the
Wait,
flop.
why'd you guys not run it 3 times? I mean, I know Frank likes to gamble.
And Matt has him covered. That is the pot of the night.
Why does
so
it keep
far.
showing office space? He's just watching this whole thing.
So you guys are awesome. Here's chiming in. Let's see. I saw some Toronto going on in here. Where else are you guys chiming in from? Calgary, the Netherlands, because he can't sleep. I love you. You're awesome. San Francisco, the Mayor Pete down the street.
So, we should also instigate, if I was at this table, this would be a rule, that if Matt wins a pot, he takes a shot.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Period.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So Pirate Shen says, man, ace, king, spades, folds, damn. So what do you guys think about that? In that pot, I mean, are you guys the type of player who, especially in this type of cash game, ace, king, if I see ace, king, I'm shipping it all in for stacks, let's go? Like instant without even thinking about it? I mean, but with the action in front of you, though, you know that you have 2 big stacks, 2 big players throwing stuff, and especially Matt, who's not doing that light.
Okay, so
I'm not saying, either way, I don't know.
So there's a couple things like, on the, let's be serious kind of things to consider in those situations. Is 1, how likely is it that you're going to be heads up in this situation? 2, if you're heads up, and this is where it's important, if you're heads up, are they going to run it multiple times? So if I have ace king and I can run it 3 times, or I mean, you're going to be break even with, you're going to win a third of the pot, like most likely. So if it's a 3K pot, you're still going to win 1K. You're still going to have a ton to play with. So there are like meta game considerations in those spots. Like I've ran it multiple times with a couple players on the streams, like with ace king versus pocket pairs, where I know that they're very pocket pair heavy, but I know that they're gonna run it multiple times with me. So by the time the action came to me, I also figured my ace and my king were pretty much all live outs, so it was like a much more likely flip situation. So in this situation, there's like no like drawback to me just kind of.
Look at these hands: 3s, 4s, 6, 7 suited, pocket 7s, deuce 3 suited, and king jack. Wow. All right, there's no way that this isn't going to be an action board here. Maybe there is.
Did you say no way?
I didn't make. I knew it was going to happen like that when I said it. So Alicia's 7 still best here in front.
Look at that pile in front of Matt. And look at those drinks behind him. Not enough.
Jason29 says, I'm watching while on the bullet train in Japan. You get the award for coolest place to tune in from, for sure. That is awesome. How can you even keep up with Wi-Fi when you're going like, how fast is that bullet train in Japan? It's gotta be like 200 miles an hour or something, right? It's like over 200. All right, you tell me. You're the one on the bullet train. Good luck. That's what they used to call me, was bullet train. Never mind. I'm just kidding. I kid. Bullet train. And now we're talking about, can we chug champagne?
Did I really hear Matt say I'm not in anything? You have a good winning session, you shut your mouth, and you do whatever the table wants. Like, honestly, when you're the best player at the table, like by a large margin...
And you're saying Matt qualifies as the best player at the table?
Yes, you do whatever you have to do to keep that game together, to keep the table dynamic going. You just play along. Period.
True.
Like, even if you don't drink a lot, you still put forth that image that you're drinking a lot.
Yeah.
Like blah blah blah, shots for the table. Like, yeah, you may only did one shot.
So,
but you're putting that image together. Like, he needs to understand the importance, especially the games he plays, because those games are like based upon one or two like action players, you know, like really kind of rich players. Like, you need to create a very fun dynamic for them.
So let's see. It says Ghost Van said, did Frank pick up because of that the Ace King hand? No, guys, it takes way more than that pot for Frank to pick up. I highly doubt he picked up unless he literally had like a conflicting children's emergency or something at the hospital. I don't think Frank's going anywhere.
That's not right.
That has to be a card reading error.
There's not a chance that Casey folded a suited ace as the first to enter the pot.
So Vanessa pops it to 50 here. It looks like Kyle is, there we go, he's chipping out a call here. I thought for a second he was thinking about raising. I like Kyle's been actually relatively low key. I loved the move he made with ace high with air on that bomb pot. That was awesome.
Yep.
That was super good.
That's the thing, you know your image and you pick the correct spots to exploit that image.
So we got a bit of a straight draw here for Kyle McDonkey. I do love that name too. So Vanessa firing out 110 here, solid C-bet. Let's see if we can get through. Yeah, no, I believe that, no, exactly. No, Matt actually had Frank covered in that hand. So Matt stacked Frank. That's what it was.
Yeah. Jason, what's up?
Where's the Ryu event you guys are talking about?
For the next 2 minutes, I'm going to pay attention to chat and answer any questions that they have. It is 8:33, so 8:35.
Oh, wait, sorry. It's bear high five time. Polar bears winning pots.
She
Champagne
barely won it.
barely won it. I see what you did there. Oh, running up Reno, duh. Honestly, when I hear Ryu, I was thinking, like, I've been to all-inclusive, like, resorts in other countries, and they were branded Ryu, and I was like, what? What Ryu is doing poker? Yeah, I'm actually going to try to hit running up Reno as well, assuming that it's not like a ridiculous blizzard trending. It's only normally Reno from Sacramento. It's only about an hour and a half to 2 hour drive, but with the weather we've been having, I really hope it's just not, like, abominable snowman status.
Right. So, 2 minutes. Ask me any question.
Oh wow, guys, there's so many options. I'm gonna let the chat go wild with that one. I got nothing.
Run it.
Up Reno.
No, Frank has not left. He is here. He bought in for, I think, the table max. So
Frank's back.
1, 2,
You see Frank,
like 2.5.
You see Frank counting out. He's counting out all those fun coupons. He's gonna buy in for multiple fun coupons.
Yeah, Frank's at the point in his life.
Looks like he's buying in for about 4,100, guys. See, that's why it took Frank an extra minute, because when you have to go pull out 4,100, we have special ATMs for that. So
the first question I get is, what's it like to be next to Justin? I would say it's very loud.
I'm not Veronica.
It's less loud than that.
I'll take it.
What's great about Veronica is you never really know what she's yelling about. You say something and then you just hear really loud noises, and you don't know whether it's a response to what you said, or somebody else said, or just the chat in her head. Yes, I will answer every question, whether it's hypothetical or not. I could barely read hypothetical, but I've seen it enough
to know what that word means.
Right. It's like seeing a picture of a certain face. Like, I know it's that face.
So I'm not going to do a spoiler, but I just got a text from one of the players at the table, and they were like, I wasn't entirely sure what to expect at this game, but it is hilarious. It has definitely exceeded my expectations. So there you go.
Is she wearing a onesie?
I don't know. I can't.
Like, I'm going to say yes.
I cannot.
All right, Dondo, if he was fingering his sister in his day,
Maybe you should read inside before you read it out loud. It's one of those inside thoughts, that stay inside. I need to stop.
Dondo. Yes. What player type do you hate to play against? Well, there's two, honestly. So there's two. Like, one, I hate to play against nits just because they really destroy the game dynamic. But probably as far as who's the most difficult to play against, it would be really good, lag players, loose aggressive players, because those are the players that know how to play. They can read really well. It's really hard to put them on hand. So they're the players that are the most difficult to play against. But I would hate to play against nits more because they ruin the game. What's the difference between him at stones and at the bike? Stack sizes.
No, what's the difference between playing Rick and Barstow?
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry. But stack sizes. Because at stones, you get to match the stacks. Sacramento skee ball, yes or no?
Nose tickler, you're better than that. Sacramento skee ball, yes or no? I'm gonna go with yes. You're asking him, but yes.
Sure, yes.
Yes. I mean, it depends on who you're playing skee ball with. But yeah.
I haven't read it, but
Yeah.
skee ball anywhere.
If you only knew. All right, so going on. Alicia here does make it 30 to go with sixes. And Kyle McDonkey popping in here with that lovely ace-king suited, 3-betting to 100. Poker Mama makes the call with ace-queen.
Ooh. Question, do I have the option of picking the dynamics of that universe?
So let's see where... Let's listen. Let's see what Alicia's talking about.
Okay, so if you have Alicia at your table, she's another person that's amazing to play with. Like, she's another one of those people that knows table dynamics and, like, making a good table. Dondo, you're welcome.
You know what I love about Alicia? Alicia, for those of you who haven't met her, her husband, Mr. John Duckworth, also plays as well, and they are both super great. I feel like between the two of them, it's like relationship goals, right? You can only wish you and your wifey were both just like super poker crushers. Like that's rad.
Okay, if you're Alicia in this spot, when you got a 3-bet to 100 and a call of 100, like calling is like the worst option.
Well, and that's what she said. She always that's before she did it. She was almost like calling almost isn't an option here. This is a pretty solid flop for Kyle.
So basically, you ship. You know that Kyle's the next act, and with Ace King he's gonna call. Poker Moment's gonna fold, and now you just run it 3 times.
Jasian29, is Vanessa going to run it up Reno? I don't believe she is. She said she has enough snow at home, and she will go back there, I believe. So Kyle bets 100. There's really not much, unless Alicia wants to get crafty and try to make some move here. I don't think she's going to continue far on in the spot. She's got no sort of redraw of any kind, not even a heart in her hand. It's a pretty easy fold here, unless you just think Kyle is just air barreling with like Ace Jack or something.
Yeah, so Poker Mama Lady No Muck and Rick and the YouTube chat are having a conversation about, I mean, basically it boils down to, you know, live versus bite versus here versus kind of like, you know, the commentators. And they're saying like about people they've played with. So the best person that I've played with, or against, should I say, is Bart Hansen.
Oh yeah,
like that dude is really difficult to figure out where he's at, just because I have ideas of like, you know, what good players are going to do on given hands and, you know, given board textures. And it's like him and actually a guy I play in my home game, or, you know, my local game, are like the two people that I've just, they're on the opposite end of like where I expect them to be.
Chris Moneymaker says, well, obviously Live at the Bike doesn't have us, and you know, they don't have Hollywood, plus I'm drunk watching this game, so kudos to you. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's funny, and they're talking about, I saw some talk about rake and stuff in there too. Actually, Vanessa herself, Miss Vanessa Kade, was telling me about a really cool promo that was running at a card room when she was out in London, and it was super exploitable. It was, if you win, their casino hand was like 5-6 suited or something, right? And if you win a pot with 5-6 suited from any position at any time, just you can show it down and you win the pot. They give you a coupon and you're rake free for 24 hours. So people would go and they would grind a 1-2 game, win this promo, and then they'd go play 10-20 and be rake free for the whole day. I've never even heard of a promo like that.
That's just crazy.
Right?
I would say one word, and it's like what you mostly hear from the PLO tables, like pot. I would say ship.
Yep.
5-6 suited. Oh yeah, all in.
For those of you, by the way, you brought up Bart Hansen earlier, and you talk about it's tough to figure out. Bart Hansen's a very, very, very solid player. If you guys haven't checked out Crush Live Poker, Bart Hansen, David Tuckman, great dudes, lots of great
David
content
Chan.
there. But if you haven't yet, go back and look up what I call the 5-bet bluff heard around the world. Kelly Winterhalter, Bart Hansen, both of them with absolute garbage pre-flop, go back and forth with a bet, a 2-bet, 3-bet, 4-bet, 5-bet, and it was like a treat to watch. It was so, there's like the leveling going on there was amazing. Go back to our YouTube archive, look it up. I promise it's worth every minute.
And the great thing about that hand is knowing your opponent.
Yeah.
You cannot make the play that Kelly played on Bart unless it's a very high level thinking player.
And the same goes the other way around too, which is why it was so beautiful. Now, talking about beautiful, look at already way ahead. Now he just made a super obvious flush here. I think that'll probably, it's a quick value call here from Frank, I'm thinking. Nope, Frank's not having it. I like, he bet so small, he's like, call anything, Frank, please, I dare you. Yeah, guys, for those of you who haven't played here before, Stones does have a comp system with their cards. You play, you get $1 an hour for playing, and that's good towards alcohol, food, all that good stuff. And most importantly, the Stones hoodie that everybody's into. It's only $25 on the player's card, and I believe you get double the money. I think you get $2 an hour after midnight, I think, something like that.
I was gonna say,
Midnight to 6 a.m.
you get double the points just for having a Stones hoodie.
You
I
should.
need to quit buying drinks and get a hoodie.
Every time we see Veronica return, she's just got another bottle in her hand. This is why we love the Veronica.
Paul Hillard, what's up? I feel like I need to buy Matt a drink or two, like specifically, because I don't think he's drinking enough. Like, for my comfort level, he's not drinking enough.
He needs to catch up. Showtime Poker says, I want that awesome Table 11 card protector. You know, we had a bunch of those made, and everybody really loved them. There might be some floating around. Come on in. Ask JFK Stones in the back. We might be able to figure something out fun
Yeah,
for
because
you.
they made a whole bunch for, you know, a few different promotions that they were giving away. Frank raised it to 45 under the gun. Was there a straddle? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, he can just raise from 3 to 45, you know, 9x, no problem.
It's Frank's world, and we're just living in it.
Dude, if that's not the most truthful thing that we say on this stream, I don't know what else is. Poker Pro Eric says, next time that Matt H smiles tonight will be the first. He needs to loosen up. Look, I'm telling you, if I was on that table, I would be on him like white on rice.
Puck66 says, I need to find a way to get down to Stones from Oregon. There are planes and trains and automobiles. We can make this happen for you, I swear. Top pair here for Frank, along with a straight draw, looking super healthy against Kyle.
And most of these games are set up that there's like a couple really good players to like you know, action players to play in this game. So you can pay for your entire trip in 1 or 2 pots.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys haven't been down here yet, this is, once again, you're watching Stones Live, located right outside Sacramento, California. This is the infamous Veronica and Friends game with a special guest, Vanessa Kade, this evening. And now we're talking about Chando's Tacos. Good stuff. Guys, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you click that heart, follow, subscribe button, all of the above. We're here with you at least every Monday and Wednesday and Friday night from 7 to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But outside of that, we do live stream all sorts of fun stuff, like our last Sunday of the month tournament that is coming up this Sunday. Super, super solid value buy-in, great guarantee. So come on down, check it out. So, Veronica and Friends, handle biz.
I can't remember I threw it in my bottle, but this whole lineup of the drinks that I'm drinking right now they've identified a sweetening, like basically like gas, that your body cannot
Process?
Yeah, process. So it tastes sweet, but there's like no calories. You don't get any of like the sugar, like insulin spikes from it. And I just can't remember the name of it, but it's an amazing line. Like every single product they put out is just super tasty. It's like ethylene, like acid, something.
So Paul, I actually really like that comment. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Our chat is rad. I absolutely love you guys. I mean, I think everybody for the most part is pretty respectful, but there's a lot of great conversation going on in our chat on the regular. And I seriously, like, the show wouldn't be the same without you guys. We really appreciate it.
And I mean, like I've said from the very beginning, is one of the things that drew me into this site was the fact that the commentators interact with the chat. Like, that's what makes this chat, is that we give the people in the chat a ton of crap, and they give it back to us.
That's
and we
great.
respond. It's a
Super great.
two-way street.
Look at this straddle Alicia's coming out with here. She's trying to make some sort of form. Now, quick side note, we saw the chip stacks flash up there for a minute. Matt H is about 4,100. Frank obviously rebought for about 4 to 4,100 as well. Guys, there's a reason for that. The next biggest stack is around like $1,000. Frank is looking for rake back. He wants redemption from that Matt hand. Now, unfortunately for him, one of the toughest players to get a lot of chips from is Matt, unless you river him. But Frank is no stranger to rivers, so we'll see if he can find a way to get it back here in the next hour and some change.
And what was the last time you played a 1-3, 35 to go game?
Oh yeah, or 1-3, 275 to go.
Right.
Frank's live V-Straddle was $275.
So this is a very big, reduction by Frank.
Alright, I'll be right back. Oh, God.
You just make like a tree and get out of here.
Back
All right,
to
what
the
movie is
future
that
too.
from? Oh, you already got. You knew it though. I respect it. I was gonna see it. I was gonna ask the chat, but I know you guys are just looking
And
up.
we haven't even got into our song reference.
Oh God, yeah. Just wait. 90s hip hop coming up. So look at this. This is 6. So this straddle turns into a real hand here. Alicia with 10s, Veronica with ace queen. And Nikita ships it with 6-9. Get some. Oh, she's super loving it. I love it. Matt's sweating her too. Everybody look at this hand. Oh, you got big slick? I got big lick, but it's close. What are we trying? Are we trying to figure out if she has the option to raise? Or I think we're trying to figure that out. Oh, and she does have the option, so she ships it. Now this is best case scenario all day long. You know it's bad when Frank is the voice of reason, guys. That's, I mean... Cray Cray has been dropped. This is so awesome. Let's see where this... Let's see how this happens. We just throw our cards on camera. All right, through a all in. Ace, queen, 10, 6-9 here. Nikita looking for the ultimate triple up.
6-9.
Oh, that's really rough.
6-9 is going to make it. And we hope.
How about a 4? Thanks. Give me a 7 and a 4. Oh, wait. Stop that shit. Wait.
God damn! Why her tins hold up? That's bullshit. That's discrimination. My tins do not hold up.
I had the 10 against your guys' king queen.
No, whatever. We're not talking about that hand.
Daddy, I need money. I'm gonna.
Looks like you got some. You got
I'm just saying.
Yeah, don't leave us yet.
Right? I see you working over there trying to get a media position on me, Kat. Good try.
I total, right? Up over here. That's how my whole night's been.
Nope.
Don't do like that.
So, Alicia, I love it. So, the sick part is, what you missed when you were gone is that Veronica, Veronica basically sat there and tried to figure out if she could raise because Nikita shoved all in. And when she could, she shipped all in with her ace queen and then said, wait to Alicia before she like made her move. And Alicia's like, don't wait me. I'm going to do what I want. Now, you know, the problem is I like just gambling and throwing in 2 live cards as much as the next person, but when the flop flops a paired board and you're getting an overpair with 2 live cards, especially when they're under the pair, you're screwed already. You're so screwed. I don't speak Spanish. I don't know what that is. Oh, wow. Let's go. So guys, I know we're on about a 20-minute delay on the table feed. I'm pretty sure I hear people howling over there at the table. So that's pretty crazy. Kendra on
That
top.
might be nothing. Honestly, in that game, that might be nothing. That
True.
might have been like someone snapped their fingers.
True. Kendra on top. Thanks for the subscription there. Thanks for tuning in, the follow. Much appreciated.
Bomba. Whoa. Avoiding the F-bomb.
Hey, this is raw and uncut, guys. Unedited.
So, very amazing opportunity that I want to point out. This is the second time ever in a Veronica and Friends game that you've had the chance to see Veronica adding on to her stack.
Veronica normally runs, as Jake likes to say,
Oh my
pure as
God.
Colombian gold.
So good.
Which means cocaine. But anyways, seriously, Veronica crushes her game.
David Lane, what's up, man?
David Lane in the house. All right, guys, bomb pot status time here. $20 from each player. We start out. Everybody sees a flop,
kidding
healthy
me?
pot. And Veronica, of course, she wakes up with ace king.
How does she not get a flush draw right there?
Now, look at this. Actually, Frank, as far as I can see, Frank's threes might be the best here. Nope, I lied. Where are we at here? No, Veronica's still
It should
edged
check
out.
around. The diamond's going to come on the turn. Veronica is going to bet, and everybody folds.
You're not allowed to read the future. Then when it happens, people are going to think it's rigged.
Let's find out. Oh, it's not going to come in diamond because there's too many diamonds out there. Ooh, Frank, good job. Then again, if I have threes in the situation and it's folded to me, I'm definitely betting pot or close to it. Wow. So that was. Wait.
And Cat, there we go. There's what I was looking for. Is Cat's hand. Lots of fives for Cat.
Oh, okay. So Cat, for future reference, in this situation, do not raise. Because Frank is FOS majority of the time. So you're just going to make him fold way, way too often. There's no draws here. There's what, a straight draw? Maybe? Maybe? But once you bet, raise, get called, and then you're gonna shove 100%.
Yeah, and like we talked about earlier, I mean, you're pretty much a rangeless beast. Everybody's a rangeless beast here in the bomb pot status, so. And Kat's been pretty quiet. I mean, hell, everybody knows she folded ace-king suited pre, so I'm gonna give her some credit here. Oh, they did do a little sneak peek river.
And that's $5 to the dealer.
Yeah, and that's cool. This is what I love about our live stream table specifically, guys. We allow them to do some cool extra things. We allow them to run it once, twice, 3 times. We actually let them do a rabbit hunt as long as they toss $5 in. The cool thing is, it goes straight to the dealer. It's not like the house gets any more money. It's all about everybody's having a good time, everybody's winning, you know?
Right.
Oh, Dondo chiming in. Master C, are you open for more hypothetical questions? I mean, Dondo had the stunner question last time for sure. But
Dondo, bring it.
Okay, side note though, whatever Dondo asks you, don't read it out loud. I've learned that. Skin, you guys are watching Stones live. I know Vanessa Kade here is hosting us since she's a special guest in the game. If you guys are here from her channel, extra special thank you to you guys. We're all having a lot of fun. She's been in town a couple days, and yeah, it's just been like 100-hour straight party for sure.
Yeah.
Busting out the once, twice, 3 times a lady. That came up on Monday's stream for sure. Oh, look at the rebuy. Oh, Nikita's coming in swinging.
And the great thing about this game, if you go broke like kind of early on or at any point in this game, like if there's money and there's action, you can get that money back.
Oh, David, I like that rabbit hunting just in time for Easter. Clever. I like it.
Dondo, I don't know if you're still typing, but can you hurry up?
I love how Nikita was like super short stacked for a while, and now she's like, once she finally felt, she's like, give me 500.
Right.
Game on.
I was like, is she just like blind calling or is she blind raising? She's blind calling.
Every now and then I try to sneak a peek over to the corner of the table, like, what's going on? Who's over there? Tried to look into the future.
Poker Pro Eric, no. Not comfortable. How do you give someone like Frank Ace King?
And this is what we're talking about. The super kind of loose players here, not kind of loose, but the super loose, fun players. I mean, that's just why they get paid when they get big hands, though.
Right.
I mean, you know, because you never expect Frank to have Ace King.
So when I say make him get paid, that's not
That's it.
referring to Frank. When you're Frank, make him get like doubled up.
Yeah.
Just take whatever it is and increase it.
Straight to whiskey. Nikita is a whiskey girl. She is like, give me just Jameson on the rocks type, whatever. Yeah. She doesn't mess
You
around.
can't 10 bar and like not be okay with health.
Exactly. She's just like, just give me some whiskey. I'm in. Says, hey, hypothetically, would you wear Dress the Stones if no one really cared? I got news for you. Have you seen half the crap that I wear on these shows? I stopped caring quite some time ago. I've literally done a show in a onesie, ridiculous suits, a Deadpool costume, a Joker costume. I don't know. The list goes on and on. I lost track. Yeah, I did a show. In a bathrobe. Why would I stop it there? I don't care. By the way, I was wearing nothing under that robe. Nobody ever found out, unfortunately.
Were you not wearing a shirt?
You got to let the chest hair speak for itself. I sharpied in some extra hair though.
It was a Chester vest.
Oh jeez. All right, looks like we got prop bets going on in the chat. If you show up to Stones in a dress, Dondo promises to buy you a drink.
I might have forgotten to buy Matt H his shot to loosen him up. I'll be right back.
Do it. We'll see it on stream in 20 minutes, so we're going to hold you to it.
I forgot to buy Matt a shot to loosen him up.
So, King 4 deuce here, couple of hearts. Not a whole lot going on. Wow, look at this phone charger, guys. Not only is it a giant battery, but it's solar powered. It's impressive. I like it. I love it's karaoke. Karaoke Veronica and friends. So I feel like Vanessa's taunting me. I haven't mastered that chip trick yet, where she's throwing the chip down her fingers like that. I need practice. I can't do that yet. All right, so Frank here with ace-8 suited pops to 40. Veronica finds a call. And as does Alicia. Nikita. I love it. Nikita got some chips and she's like, hell yeah, we're going to play some hands. Yeah, King 8 suited. It's that liquid courage. Even Comic Donkey with 10-4. 10-4, good buddy. This is going to be a fun little 5-way flop. I can't pronounce your name there because those are a bunch of symbols I don't understand, but thank you for the subscribe on YouTube. Very cool. King, Queen 3 here. A couple of hearts. Top pair for Veronica. And Nikita, unfortunately, she has some kicker issues. Jack on the turn. This actually puts Veronica open-ended now. Nikita's in a real tough spot here. You can see Nikita's outs calculated up top. You'll see several of those outs that are grayed out, and those are because those were outs that were folded by other people pre. So Veronica checks, Nikita checks, and gonna be a showdown. And I think Nikita's gonna see the bad news that Veronica kicker will play. I think Veronica was being nice there. I think Veronica let off Nikita a little cheaper than she could have. I think if it was Frank, Veronica would have shipped like 11 million. Once again, you are watching the infamous Veronica and Friends game here. It's a 1-3 no limit. Green chips are 25s, the red chips are 5s, and the blue chips are 1s. Oh, Dondo, you were here playing the tourney last night. I actually came in to sweat Sam, the dealer, and Deb in the final 2 tables and watched that shit show for a while. That was great. They ended up doing a 4 or 5-way ICM chop. I think everybody walked away with over $1,000, which was like almost like just a little less than second place money, minimum. So yeah, it was pretty solid. What's your best pickup line? Oh, nothing I can say on this stream, that's for sure. Oh yeah, oh Dondo, that was you! Oh my god, I had no idea that was you. Was that you that went over and shot Bach? No way! Yeah! Oh my god, Dondo, I had no idea that was you. So nice. Yeah, dude, good times. Connor Luther says, why are they so deep stacked? Well, because alcohol. But more importantly, Frank lost a big pot earlier against Matt H there, and we do table stakes, which means you can match the highest stack. So Frank rebought for the 4K that Matt took. So now we have big money at the 1-3. Wow, that is a lot of lube talk for Frank. Let's see how this hand unfolds. Veronica with the open-ended straight flush draw of destiny here. Good God. And Veronica just flatting. I feel like she's already advantaged.
Alright, 20 minute watch. 30 minute watch.
Boom. All right, check this out. Oh wow, I can only imagine. You make him just do shots right there at the table. You're like you're the best worst party instigator ever.
Double shots.
Yes.
Jaeger.
Oh, poor Matty. He's a small guy, man. You're gonna have him crawl out of here.
Now, he brought this upon himself.
Fair enough.
Because he was not drinking nearly enough for our limited viewing.
Guys, if you want to come in and buy me a drink, I do drink well with others. That is presented here on my shirt for a reason. It's actually bad. Back in school, they put that on my report card. My parents were not thrilled. Betting it, winning it, Veronica. Oh my God, where else do you get this kind of camaraderie? Right there. Alicia totally stacks Veronica earlier. Now Veronica wins a pot against somebody else completely different. It's just screams and hugs.
Alicia might be the one person that's more invited to Veronica and Friends than I am.
Oh, Alicia? Oh,
yeah, Alicia is amazing.
Alicia's rad.
Like I said, and most people think like, you know, when you get invited to these kind of events that you're easy money or whatever. She's not easy money. But she is a rock
She's a
star.
blast. She's a blast. And if any of you guys are semi-local and you need any sort of electrical work done, the Duckworths, her and her husband own, I believe it's an electrical contracting company. They do amazing work. I had some wiring issues in my house when I was setting up a bunch of smart switches, and John Duckworth came out and just showed my walls who was boss. It was pretty solid.
Do you know the name of their company?
I believe it's called like Duckworth Electric or something like that. Yeah, so look it up. Definitely, if you guys need, if you guys, just say, hey man, I saw you on Stones Live. I'm sure they'd give you the buddy hookup. You know. All right, so Kyle McDonkey, you know what? Kyle really hasn't been involved in a whole lot of pots, but so far, I like his style. I like it. He had me at that bomb pot bet for sure.
He had you hello?
Yes, true. Hello, hello. I am raising with nothing in this bomb pot.
I actually think that Nikita might fold the ace jack here, just based on she's been pretty tight. She's been pretty card dead as well. And looks like she's cutting out a raise or a call, so obviously I don't know. But I mean, her play so far has been somewhat conservative.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard for her to continue this unless Kyle basically just gives up.
Now, lots of queens here with a deuce. Everybody misses. I always like to see this here. Generally speaking, when you have two players the same hand, position is going to take over and win the pot more often than not. However, with Nikita's been playing pretty snug so far tonight, I would imagine she's not going to get out of line here and try to make some hero raise. I think she's probably just going to fold.
Now, I really like the sizing because, again,
that's what you're talking about earlier, because you expect to fire multiple streets,
right.
Yeah.
So when you expect to fire multiple streets, smaller sizing works really well because, like I said, you're going to fire multiple times. Plus, it opens up your options a ton. So you can call a lot lighter. You can call raises lighter. As soon as you have a marginal, say it was what, Queen 6. Let's just say it was 6.
Yeah.
And you have 5-6. Now you can bet there. You can call raise with the 6, and it gives you more options.
So actually, John Duckworth chimed in and said actually they only do commercial work there with Duckworth Electric. So that was my bad. He actually came out to my house because I bribed him to come out and play some pinballs. Really, is what it came down to. So yeah, super cool.
Justin offered him a free arm wrestling contest. Double or nothing.
That's it, straight up. I love it because generally it's like there's so many final tables or big single table sit and goes, and I'm like, if he's not in it, then Alicia's in it, or vice versa, and I just love it. In fact, I bragged to him multiple times. He played so great in the Dream Seat hybrid cash tournament type thing that we did here. It was Mike Possel's creation. It was me and Lon McCarran, and he played great. He put the pressure in all the right spots where he needed to and came out on top in that, and it was just so fun to watch.
And I will give Ducky credit, he crushes tournaments. There's people that are good, or there's players that I like to play a decent amount. He crushes tournaments. That's what he does. He might have an electrical company, but at this point, I feel like that electrical company is being funded by his poker tournament crushing.
He owns a crushing company, and he only deals with tournaments.
Right.
See, Matt's working on his beers, but apparently we're going to see more shots coming in soon, so.
Yeah, I might have gotten reminded just shortly ago that I asked a question about double shots and him and forgot to order that double shot to him.
And so you felt obligated to defend yourself and order those double shots?
I was going to, anyways, before I came back in. So that last time I left, that was to order a double shot for him. So we will see that delivered prior to the end of the shift. Oh, and he's just now drinking it.
Nice. Wow, Rick and Barstow saying apparently earlier on the bite tonight before we started, a commentator challenged Tito Ortiz to an arm wrestling match. Good luck with that. Let me know how that goes for you.
Yeah, none of them are going to win that.
Yeah. Even if you win, you ain't winning. Your arm's going to break off.
Yeah. I guarantee you, I'm going to put money on the guy that has wrestled and just done body combat for his entire life over some random guy that lifts weights.
Yeah.
Because that's functional strength. When it comes down to, arm wrestling, that comes to back and functional core strength.
Run Good 210 is now following on Twitch. Thank you very much. Yeah, Brutal River here. The suck resuck. Straight up, Matt does river it. It's that 10.
David Lane, I would actually think 0. All the players here are playing their hands, and yes, they will look at the stream later on. And there's a couple TVs that you can look at the.
But it's not like the normal though. The norm though.
30-minute delay.
Yeah. In the normal bigger games that we have, a lot there generally half the table probably has at least an earbud in or their phone out, so they can look at pivotal hands to go back when they want to just see and confirm if their read is right.
So, I played on probably 6 or 7 live streams at this point. And for me, like I don't think I've really had enough benefit from watching the streams or having people give me information, as I felt like from just getting in tune with a game. You know, and everybody's different. Some people value those kind of, you know, information better than I do, but I figure I found the more information I got, the more wrong decisions I would make. You know, because I would put too much emphasis on previous information as opposed to the table and game dynamics, and that spawned it at itself.
So Matt H here with Pocket 6 is going to find a raise to 120. Pokemon lays down the button. Vanessa's hopping out. Frank's gone. Over to V. See what she's doing. King 7 suited.
Is that a raise to 30? That looks like 30.
That might have been a straddle.
Or straddle.
Yeah, and then Matt popped it to 120. Because, yeah, I was wondering why Matt popped it to 120. I'm like, that's a pretty healthy size raise. Run Good 210. Thank you for tuning in. I'm assuming you're coming here from Miss Kade's stream. Very cool to have you. How hard is it to get on a live stream cash game? We put in the info right there. Oh, hi, Mark. What's going on Twitch? Right there. You can call, text, email, all of the above. We will get you on here. Right now, it's pretty popular, so we have a bit of a backlog, but you can always get on, especially if you're coming from out of town. We really do try to make it a priority to get you on the stream. I mean, if you're going to be in town for 2 or 3 days and we happen to have a stream on one of those days, we will do our damnedest to get you on there, and most of the time we pull it off. So
and that's the thing. So your answer is about 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
If you contact JFK, or you know, when it says, you know, to get a seat, call this number, it's about a 2 week wait, you know, like, and when the games fill up. If it's Veronica and friends, that's a whole different ball of wax. That is, you make friends with Veronica, you win her over to your heart, and that takes a long time.
Absolutely.
That could be months of time.
Yeah, well, you mean to get your way into Veronica's heart?
Yeah.
Well, it's tough because you have to chisel all the ice off first. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But Matt the Mortgage Guy, though, popping in the YouTube chat. Yeah, straight up, good dude. This is Kat's husband.
Yeah.
Good dude. If you're looking for a mortgage and just a no bullshit kind of guy,
Hit him up.
he's the man.
Yep.
He'd be like, look, that's never going to happen. That's never going to work. Or, yes, we can do that, and it'll be done in an hour.
Yeah.
That kind of guy.
And I would say I probably melted Veronica's heart the fastest. So the
On Tinder?
secret,
No, I'm kidding.
No, she swiped left. So the secret to melting her heart to get in her game is wine. Lots and lots and lots.
Which she calls mom juice.
And lots of wine.
So let's take a look at this hand. Vanessa actually not bad on this flop here, connecting with a pair and open-ended. Frank's also open-ended. Alicia with just a pair. She fires out 45. Vanessa's got position, the best hand. Let's see what's going on.
That drinks.
She's gonna
She's
flat
got that
here.
champagne drink.
She's gonna flat here,
Yeah.
possibly worried about maybe a Frank coming behind with a flush draw. We'll see. 6 disco. Oh, disco for Frank. Oh, damn. Frank binks exactly what Frank wants.
And the nice thing about Frank is he checks, so that should check back. Check back, please. Don't bet here. You know you shouldn't bet here. You know you shouldn't bet here. She's gonna bet here. Did she not hear me in the past?
She can't.
It's because she has her hoodie on.
I mean, here's the deal.
She's gonna bomb too.
I mean,
That's 104.
I have no problem with it. I get why she bet this, and I'm gonna say, oh, and that hurts.
That's 135 with the.
She's already stacking, and Alicia, obviously, it's gonna be easy fold for her here.
So what do you do if you're Vanessa here?
Well, it looks like Vanessa was stacking out a call. I don't think Vanessa has a whole ton behind to really. I don't know. We'll see.
Does that look like less than 200? It looks like that. I can't quite tell.
So Alicia here's just thinking for a second, but obviously she'll find a fold. She's not coming along. I mean, there's a solid chance. There's a solid chance she could already be drawing dead, in which case she is. I mean, in this case she is. You got, yeah, Vanessa's got.
She does have.
She's got 277 behind. She fired 100 something in there. I mean, it's not an auto call, and she knows she needs. At this point, she could assume she probably needs to hit her straight. She needs to hit it to be good here.
So queen is good for her. The 7 gives her the chop.
Oh, is Frank's gonna show it. Oh no, he shows the king. You're so sick, Frank. Shows the king. So now
such a good
Vanessa knows that you literally need to have what, a 10, a 7. Oh man. Good times. And it's not even a heart, so now she knows if she ever just put him on like a random heart draw, she can't even put him on that now because he obviously doesn't have it.
So here's what I love about Frank. He has an all-in there, and he's just eating, he's drinking, he's like... So
oh, she's gonna make the call, let's see. Okay, so here's her outs, guys. You can see them. All of her outs are live. She needs a 7 or a queen.
And run it twice, run it multiple times. You have the option.
Dang it.
If you come to play the live stream, know that you can run it up to 3 times on any given street.
Yeah, and you know what? It's funny. I'd actually like to know.
What?
Right? I'd like to talk. I'm gonna talk with Vanessa after this, and I want to know if Frank flashing the king with no heart had an effect on her call there. If she was just gonna think about it and make that move anyways.
Right.
I'm curious. Poker Pro Eric chiming in says that is why you show right there. Good job, Frank. Well, because Frank is obviously no stranger to showing anyways.
Right.
And the sick thing about Frank is he almost shows all the time, and he shows even when he bluffs Veronica, and so it's like, I don't know, didn't want to get bluffed.
What is this on the screen?
This is amazing, guys. This is what I'm talking about. This is April right here. The $250,000 guaranteed spring classic, 150K of which is just in the main, which is going to be epic. Lex Hughes, Jason Somerville, Andrew Nemi, Kevin Martin in the house. This is going to be like stream apocalypse.
Right.
We're going to be live literally more than half the month. It's going to be awesome.
And we have what, Lex Fellows and who in the chat? Or who?
There was Kevin Martin, Jason Somerville.
Oh, and Jason
and
Somerville are going to be here in the booth together for the first time ever.
Yeah, we're going to break the internet. I mean, other than like a weird Beyonce butt pic, we're going to break the internet.
We are already building backups to our backup internet just to make sure that this runs. Rick and Barstow is backing up the point that, yes, you can run it more than twice. More than once, more than twice. You can run it 3 times in any live stream game when your head's up.
3 times around.
Once you get the money in and your head's up, run it 3 times at the very most. Now, it does take a long time to split that pot, and it is difficult on the dealers. But it gives us a chance to monologue for another 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Paul Hillard says, we got Nemi, that's awesome. I mean, we have a really awesome lineup. Like,
yeah, it's going to be...
And, I mean, I say every time I'm here, it's amazing what the people here, JFK, does. Like, they get really big names, high level minds in poker to come in and be in the booth for multiple days, and you just don't see that, like, anywhere else.
So Matt H applying the pressure here with his 10. Poker Mama definitely still saying I have the best of it. She's going to find the call. Now over to Frank. Frank with a pair and a straight draw. And he's getting pretty solid value, 145 into 560. Oh, and Frank's gonna. Or now is he gonna? Oh, and he finds a fold. And this is what we're talking about. Like you said, Frank can find a fold. It's Frank. Show me Frank. I want to see Frank losing it right now. Where are you at, Frank? Oh man. See, look, Frank. Damn it. Do the old.
He's counting all the chips you could have had.
You set your chips on top of your other chips real hard because you're like, damn it. Waprai, oh my god, you're just tuning in. Any Frank V-straddles. Frank did the biggest V-straddle I've seen out to where we put the flop, and then there was some extra V in the middle. You could use your imagination. It was $275 V-straddle. It was sick. Rick and Barstow, always a pleasure, my man. See you soon.
And I still get the random text from Waprai, like bragging about the fact he got me to pay him off on the river on a hand that he just flopped an absolute luck hand against me when he was dominated pre-flop. So congratulations.
So Matt betting 290, still really applying that pressure, saying, because this is a super scary board. This is not an easy call for Poker Mama at all, with just naked ace. There's so many combinations of hands that beat her. There's so many. She might go with her gut here. This is a tremendous call if she makes it. Matt is making a great play here, applying the pressure in all the right spots. And if Poker Mama finds a call here, it'd be phenomenal. I could never call this in her position. I'm just not that good. I couldn't call this. So many hands that beat me. Oh my god, I think everybody is sitting here like, oh my god, are you going to call this? This is going to be epic. See, and her first gut instinct was to put it in there. Oh God, I'm so scared. I think she might be thinking and talking herself out of it at this point. Oh man, oh my God, she's so close. She almost did it. This is a great play on both parts right here. Oh, yes! Great call. Great call. Absolute, dude, yes. Bear high five. Hold up. Boom. Deserved. Deserved. Great call. That was awesome. That is rough. That was rad. Everybody in the chat was just like, nail biting, please call this. And let's hear from Matt. I mean, that pressure is probably going to work on like 80% of the time at least. Yep. You know what I mean?
The high level players.
That was solid.
Picking that apart.
That was solid.
So goal clap. Goal clap. Goal clap. Minute work. Reference. Charlie Sheen and Amelia Estevez. Google that after we go off. Nikita should have raised. Yeah, she raised to what? 20?
She did. So she probably, that's just for later. I definitely, yeah, we got to clip that hand. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was really
everybody in the room's looking at us like, why are they clapping so excited in the booth over there? What's going on?
Look, it's not an easy call. We like good calls. I mean, that was half her stat. Like or half her remaining.
No, that was not easy. And that's what we're talking about, going with your initial gut. You saw her stack it up and get ready to push it, and then she's like, hold on, you gotta think about it. And that's where I'm like, oh crap, you're gonna talk yourself out of it. We've all been there.
So there's two things there. One, it's good to separate like your call or whatever, from your stack to kind of see like, what that leaves you if you're wrong. But two, as you're moving that forward, you can get a visual reaction on your opponent. Just be watching them. Yeah. Because sometimes people, you just get that like.
Yeah, for sure.
You're like, oh wow, they just said OS and they're.
Well,
like,
we saw somebody literally fold within half a second of the flop coming out before. So yes, we definitely see something like that. I love PokerAff here in Twitch. I love that. F my life, great call indeed. Holy jeez, that was a great call for sure. All right, so flush draw down on the flop for Frank in the lead currently, but Vanessa does have top pair. Could get a little meaty here. Let's see what happens. Vanessa coming in. Now, unfortunately for her, I think Frank's a sucker for a flush draw, so this could escalate quickly. We'll see what happens here. Well, Poker Mama here with just an 8. There's really no need to get involved here.
The great thing about flush draws is you can put so much pressure on people to like win the pot. And you think you're 50-50, like if you have like basically 12 out. So like the flush draw plus one card. Yeah. Like, so anytime you can get people to fold anything, it's a huge benefit for you.
So Vanessa checks over to Frank. Frank checks behind. Now this is rough here because Vanessa now banks 2 pair and Frank hits the flush.
Hashtag get there.
This is going to be a little rough here. If Vanessa's going to bet for value, she's going to be in a world of hurt. But, however, there we go. I think she's in check call mode, obviously.
And then what do you do?
Well, and this is the problem, is that she's got 255. What's Frank betting here?
He's betting her all in.
He's betting 200. It's basically the same thing as all. She's going to call, and she's going to see the bad news here. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah,
see, Canada, you will run poorly with this string.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I know. Damn it. All I want is Matt's money. Did you hear that? It's confirmed. Verbal is binding. Frank says, all I want is Matt's money. Look at Matt. Look at like, what? Oh, it's so good. So good. Once again, guys, Stone's Live. If you haven't done so yet, click, follow, subscribe, heart, all of the above. So, awesome.
Pretty soon, Matt should be getting a double shot of Jaeger coming his way.
To help. So did Frank pay you for this to help get some of Matt's money?
No, I was just tired of Matt's sober dynamics in this game.
Paul Hillard says, good point, Chris. I love to semi-bluff flush draws if I think my opponent's not flush drawing as well. And I'll tell you what, if you watch our stream regularly, at some of the higher levels, you'll see more often than not people getting a little extra aggro, a little aggressive with their flush draws and raising or 3-betting somebody. And more often than not, it actually gets through and they just pick up the pot right there. They never even need to actually hit the flush.
Like I said, all you really need is a flush draw and one extra card. So basically 12 outs and you're 50%. Basically 50%. So you have that for you. The other big caveat that you need to know that you have some fold equity. So if someone has aces, like they're one of those people that you know for sure they have aces, like there's nothing else they can have. If they cannot fold aces, do not raise.
Yeah.
You have to have fold equity. That is the other big, elephant in the room. If you have fold equity, get aggressive. Otherwise, just call.
All right, so it looks like we have 4 players, $25 each going to the board here. Jack 8-6. Little something here. Nikita ends up banking. Yeah, Nikita actually in the lead here with mid pair.
Yeah, with a backdoor straight draw, flush draw.
According to our cash win command there on the Twitch side, Veronica is down $1. I'm not entirely sure if that's accurate, but actually because she did get stuck but then won a few pots, that might be close. I don't know.
I don't know who Von Kilt is, but okay, I apologize.
All right, so 4 on the turn actually connects with Kyle, giving him a pair. So Nikita checks, Kyle bets, and aggression pays, man. Nikita actually laid down the best hand there, but she really doesn't want to get starting a hero call off with kind of a shorter stack with mid pair. I do like this, guys. The Shark and Ghost of Van putting in the GG Easy Noobs little image there. Those are great. Guys, walking around the table, those green chips are 25s, red chips are 5s, and blue chips are $1. You're watching Veronica and Friends game. It is a 1-3. Started out with a $500 max, which I believe everybody bought in for. And then from there, it goes table stakes, which is why when Frank ships giant pots to Matt, and Matt has 4K in front of him, Frank rebuys for 4K. Welcome to Stones.
All right, can we give credit? Is that a word?
You can give credit. There's all sorts of
I'm going to give credit to Vanessa. She is drinking wine in a white onesie and not spilling a drop.
You know, it's funny. We actually talked about that, and we Veronica and Friends, and how it's Wine Wednesday here at Stone, so you get like half off all the wine bottles and glasses. And she said, "There's like an 80% chance my onesie will not make it through the night. This thing is just going to be like a polar bear that got mauled in an attack.
We're in our last half an hour.
So far, so good.
And she has not gotten baby seal blood on her.
Reddit is a website. It's actually the G'd out Reddit site. You'll see it later. I'll introduce you to the internet at a different time.
Can we ban Poker Pro Eric for calling out my Spanglish?
We only ban him for 5-minute increments. That's all we do with Poker Pro Eric because he's still a friend.
You got lucky.
This time. All right, so Matt H. Poppin 60. Frank wants all that Matt H. money here. And Kyle also finds a call. Ace high on the flop here.
And that ace should scare everybody, but it's going to check to Matt. Matt's going to bet. Everybody's going to fold. Next hand.
Reddit is fantastic. The reason my battery is always dead. # truth.
Matt.
Once I stopped actually having an office job I went to on the daily, I found myself going to Reddit less, which means that clearly I went to Reddit way too much at work.
Okay. On the turn. Oh. Matt, are you gonna fold? If you're not gonna bet the flop, you should probably fold the turn.
He's gone. And McDonkey. Okay, so can we just give a little disclaimer here and shout out to Kyle? Kyle has had very few actually good hands, but he's finding really, really good, precise spots to pick up pots, and that's what it's about, because you can't always run that good. You know what I mean? And so I really like that he's exploiting when he can, and still at least being able to maintain that float, that evenness. You know what I mean?
So I would say, if Matt had an ace in that hand, a big hand, that he would check that flop. The problem is nobody else is actually thinking on that that site, that
sort of level. Yeah.
So Matt needs to make that adjustment of betting that flop when it's checked to him, or continuing on once, he should expect people to start bluffing him on the turn.
Yeah. David Lane, shots to the booth. I don't know if you're local, but you should get here, and yes, we will take all the shots. Maybe not all the shots you can feed us, but
hey, bring in a bottle. We'll have a shot with you.
Very cool. I love it, since obviously Brittany worked here for years. She knows everybody ever here, so she's just like, hey friends, hey, hi, how you guys doing? All right, dealer change. This does mean bomb pot status. So everybody throws in $20, $180 right now to the flop. Let's check it out. Wow, look at these hands too.
What
wow,
if
this wasn't a bomb pot, if this wasn't a bomb pot, look at these hands, guys. Ace king, ace 8, queen jack, king 10, pocket pair. Holy crap.
And nobody has trips somehow.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a 5? No. Matt is actually ahead of all the value hand. Yeah, no, Vanessa's ahead of all the value hand.
And there's one more mystery hand here. We can't see Veronica's hand here. I think that'll pop up in
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is how nice we are. We sit
7-5.
Veronica, we just wait for her to come back to the table. Take your time. We're good here. Is Stones BYOB? No, it is not. I don't believe it is. Bring your own briskies. So she is going to find a call here. She calls Frank's bet of 60.
She doesn't. She does not. You tell her to SFUT or whatever it is, she will not. She'll punch you square in your face.
That was awesome.
And that's what I love about her.
It was perfect timing. She looks right at the camera. It was great.
Dude,
clip that one out. Hey, Ghost of
She's
M.
one of my favorite people.
Clip that one out. I want to see.
Come across.
Alicia, Ghost of M. Clip that out. I want to see Alicia say that. That was great.
I just said you're one of my favorite people I've ever come across.
Because we love you. Yes, this is why we have the glass. Good. Oh no, he wasn't reaching for that. This is why we have the glass. This is why we can't have nice things.
We have 2 cameras.
Ducky, come get your wife immediately. Ducky, come get your wife immediately.
Hey-o.
On second thought, leave her here.
That was a special treat just for us.
Did somebody have 3s that folded 3s?
What happened? I don't even know.
Well, it's a bomb pot.
I got
obviously.
distracted.
I get it. Yeah, no, we get flashed in the booth a lot. It was a bomb pot, and I thought somebody had 3s, and they mucked the flop. Crazy turn. Game stock or fold? Yeah, it's not dead there because it's Veronica and Friends. We let Veronica and Friends get away with all sorts of fun stuff.
Paul Hillard, I'm on the boat with you.
Oh, it was Vanessa who had pocket 3s. Oh, feels bad, man, indeed.
Ooh.
But I mean,
He's been running so poorly.
I mean, come on. But how are you gonna ever? How are you ever gonna? Oh, I'm gonna call $70 because I know I'm gonna bink a 2-outer.
Yeah. Wait, Matt. That's right. You drink your shot.
Yes. All right.
If you're not drinking,
here it is.
Drink your shot.
All right. Let's watch Matt be forced to drink.
There you go.
Don't you vomit on me.
You drink your shot, Matt, and you could be in the. He put it behind him. I know Matt's like 5'6", but I will wrestle him in the streets for not drinking.
Verbal's binding?
I'm telling you.
Well, you get to watch. We'll see it on camera, I'm sure.
I know for a fact he's going to drink because he was looking at the booth while he was drinking, and he's going to drink it.
This is a super fun table to deal. It's
oh yeah.
Guys, if you haven't been to Stones yet, seriously, get out here. I don't know what you're waiting for. The food's amazing. The atmosphere's amazing. The people who work here are absolutely great. Full menu, 24 hours a day. Smoke-free environment. Seriously, you'll be pleasantly surprised, I guarantee it.
If I'm in the house, I will tell you the proper way that you should eat. What are those called?
I'm just reading Duck's comments in the Twitch. That's the best. You're the best.
Pot stickers. I'll tell you the proper way to eat pot stickers.
Yeah, this is true, and you're not wrong. I did that the next time we talked, and it was great. Kyle here, check it out. Finally waking up with a hand, a pear and a royal flush draw. Well, and the nut flush draw, which he just baked.
Nut. He's got the nut draw.
Did you see this? I love it.
Oh man.
And King on the River, just for fun. Actually, the King on the River is actually pretty solid for Kyle, because now he can maybe get super thin value from any random queen that would make a straight, but nobody has one. Poor Kyle. This is what I'm talking about. Kyle is forced to win the pots. Right, see, he actually has a hand. He gets nothing. He bets $20 and he gets 4 folds.
He shows the 10.
Just the 10, yeah. But when he can only win pots when he has nothing. If he actually has a hand, everybody folds.
Doc Holiday is saying it'd be great if we streamed more than one table so we can do the back and forth.
I get it. I have ADD too. I'm down. I don't know if we have the setup for it though.
Now, while I agree with that, I would actually like if we can add like more cameras to where we can show all the people in the pre-flop decision like as the flop comes and like kind of show those reactions, because there is a very real live like tell element to this game. So it'd be great to see, that kind of displayed over and over.
Yeah. Or another thing too, I mean, right now, obviously we can't because of the chip tracking and the action tracking and everything else, but it would be super awesome if we just had one table here, one random cash game table that was always live. Right? I mean, just always running. But again, guys, it takes a team of people. Obviously, me and Chris here, we have at least 3 guys in the booth, sometimes more, just tracking the action, tracking the bets, keeping track. I mean, it's just, it takes a lot of work to do this.
And they're the ones that put in the actual cards and the bet denomination, so it's not like we could just go autopilot without anybody. Like, if it's on the stream, it's at least 5 to 6 people to make this happen.
Yeah, and that's not even obviously including plus the players. Plus we have Jenna running it right now because JFK is out of town.
Right.
I mean, it takes a village. Hey yo. Nope. Gonna have to wait 20 whole minutes. Oh, poor you.
JK, or JC.
So, one of the things we talked about earlier is, like when Matt is thinking super deep leveling poker, that other players aren't necessarily thinking that, so that gets him into trouble. Jake, who you guys have seen in the booth, Jake Rosensteel, is the same exact way. He'll go to tell a story and he'll say, how does this guy make that call there, or how does he make this bet? And that's because I'm like, nope, not everybody thinks like you. Right. So it's like you try to put yourself in these guys' shoes, but if you're on a completely different planet, you're never going to be able to think like them because they're not. They have no idea how you think. You're so many levels beyond them. It's like it doesn't do you any good.
Right. And I was actually thinking earlier today about this dynamic. You have the exploitative versus the GTO kind of players, and so I use both. It's I use one bunch for one bunch and different bunch versus different bunch. So, but the question is what do you use for what type of player or what dynamic? And one thing is, even if you have 2 amazing players that you go into the flop against, you'll have to switch from GTO to a exploitative against them in that dynamic, because once it becomes a multi-way, you actually have a very specific dynamic which you need to get rid of kind of your GTO standpoints. You're not going for third pot bets, there's just a lot of dynamics and you need to know how to switch.
Ghost of M, I will look at the clip later. Please shoot it to me on Twitter or PM me or something. But it's titled Alicia Tells Them How It Is. I love it. I absolutely love it. You guys are the best. This is why I love our chat. They just clip out the best stuff. Doc Holiday, by the way, I did see your comment. Thank you very much for the kind words. We super appreciate it. We love having you guys here.
All right, so what? Shall we open this up to 20 minutes of free range questions?
You really just want people to ask you some freaky shit, don't you?
I'm just...
As he puts on the bear paw.
I'm ready to answer. I mean, honestly, open questions are the best because a lot of times people don't want to ask like kind of specific questions. They don't want to look silly. Ask the questions. We'll give our best response.
Gamer Stalker Fold, it says, man, when will I have the balls or cojones to raise with 5-2 off? You know, it's funny, the more and more you play poker, then you'll start to end up like finding a spot, and sometimes you'll just hit that, we call it the F it button. You just hit it, and you're like, and then you start making these moves, and they get through, and you're like, ooh, and you get a small taste of it, and you're like, oh, I could do this more, I should do this, and then you get caught with your hand in the cookie jar, and you're like, okay, now I understand it's the weird like calculated risk versus reward in certain spots and positions.
Yep. Yeah, I've definitely made moves where people are like, I cannot believe you did that. And of course I get like some miracle flop and like stack somebody. But it's like, if I don't get that miracle flop, I'm either going to take that that pot down with like a bet, or I'm just giving up completely. Because it's like, I do something crazy, but I know the context in which they're continuing.
Well, Preston has a very important question for you. I did actually see Miss Kade here eating some pizza. I didn't know that polar bears ate pizza, but I'm down with that. That's cool.
Preston, I would have had a room service, take it as well. Just because you have to weigh the risk of reward in that situation versus jail time.
I would have actually had I would call room service and had them taste test it. And then depending on what happened, I probably would have kept it. Just saying.
Yeah, it just depends on, like can I trust that the room person that came in would give me an honest feedback?
I can't believe we're going off
They
these
might
tangents.
be like very familiar with that topic.
Okay, so enough about like random like room substances. Let's get to some real stuff here. Carrie, hello, you're awesome. I love you, and yes, you will definitely want to go back and watch this. It's a great stream. Right now, we'll cover your question here in a minute. I do Jake Chapman, and I want to honestly answer that. So we have open-ended here for Alicia. And it looks like we got to check through on the flop, I believe. She fires the turn. Everybody runs away. Okay, Jake Chapman, to answer your question, I have a 5K as a bankroll. Where do I start? Small. And here's why. Bankroll management is super important, right? And you never want to risk more than, throw out a number, 5% of your bankroll-ish at most at any given random time?
You want 20 buy-ins.
Yeah, exactly. So if I have 5K bankroll, I'm definitely not buying in for 1,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm going to start at the 1-2 game, and because I need to be able to take a few $200 to $300 hits and still have money to come back from that. I would start the smallest. If you've never, ever played, I would say, honestly, start even smaller than that. I'd say start at like home games with friends, because you want to learn everything about board texture and ranges and just bad beats and how like an ace high counterfeits on a 2-pair board, your lower pocket pair. Learn all that crap in a super cheap environment before you actually start playing in the casino. Then maybe start with some light limit, some light real small limit, and then start at the smallest no limit game they have, like a 1-2 game.
So I want to add on to that. If you are brand new to the game, and that's your bankroll, you have option of playing online, then you
I don't
need
speak
to,
Spanish.
I would play online because you're going to be able to use those buy-ins for much smaller, so your money's going to go further. The other thing to consider is the kind of job that you have, the kind of extra money that you can include into poker. If you have no extra money to include into poker, you need to be as protective of your bankroll as possible. If you're a competent player, a winning player, you want at least 20 buy-ins. But if you're new, you're not going to be a winning player. I don't care if you're very good. You're not a winning player if you're brand new.
And so, what you always want to avoid is this, straight up. And he talks about having other sources of income other than just poker, because playing poker for a living is not the glorious thing it's cracked up to be. It's the hardest easy money you'll ever make. It's the ultimate grind, I promise you. But what I'm telling you is this, is that you want to be able, if you ever get to the point where you're playing with scared money, you're doing it wrong. If you're playing with scared money, you will lose. You'll make incorrect decisions. You'll play out of just the scaredy cat scenario, and you will just hemorrhage cash. So don't ever if you're at that point, stop playing until you can build your bankroll using other methods or sources. All right, so check it out. So this is crazy. Top pair for Nikita and top pair for Alicia. Nikita currently outkicked, and bottom 2 for Matt. This could be a little bit of a bloodbath. And spoiler alert, Nikita may or may not be right outside the booth watching this on TV, giving me dirty looks. So we'll see how this hand works out. So obviously Nikita's going to get it in here. We throw stack versus pot size. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I would do that all day as well. Matt putting in a solid raise here, kind of putting Alicia to the test. And I mean, I can't really see Matt ever making this raise with less than just a single pair. Normally he's the 2 pair. I wouldn't necessarily put him on 7-4, but I could put him on like an ace-4, ace-7 type hand, or just this massive like open-ended flush draw, like 5-6 of spades or something. So we'll see. We'll see what Alicia wants to do. Never play scared. And I ain't never scared, for sure.
So 475.
Jake Chapman, absolutely. I highly encourage you to come back and tell us how it's going for you. Keep us updated. I love nothing more than this. Oh, wow. Look at that 7s full there. That's just going to seal it up. Oh, wait. Wait, did Matt fold? Did Alicia just reship there and Matt folded? No way! He folded. Did you see that? He's just like, oh, God. He folded because you fed him shots. That's your fault. You owe him that pot. That's his fault.
Should have been drinking earlier. Scared money don't make money. Matt H., one of the biggest grinders and successful players in Sacramento. Scared money.
Brittany's got 2 badass dogs. Miss Nikita does, so don't mess with her. She sticks her dogs on you, you lose.
Should we invite Brittany into the booth?
I don't know. Let's see. Taylor.
You gotta unlock the door.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You can hang out and talk for a minute. You can hang out.
All right. We have Brittany coming in to talk to us, let her know about how she feels about the game. Brittany,
Hi.
welcome to the chat.
Thank you.
So we just watched the last hand there, before you, I guess, bounced out, where Matt folded 2 pair on the flop to, who was that's raise? Alicia's raise. And you guys just got it in, basically flipped, and didn't go for you.
Yes, I had no hands tonight.
Now, we actually said that a couple times. You really have not gotten much to play with. And in this game, the strategy is make hand, get
Well,
paid.
the strategy in this game is don't care about the game because everybody just plays crazy.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel that Matt's been drinking enough?
No.
That's multiple
Absolutely
people.
not. I mean, we tried to give him shots.
Right. I bought him a shot.
You know, we should have given him whiskey.
True.
Jaeger is just too,
It's too
light
light.
of a
It's
drink for
flavored.
him.
I was actually worried that he might not drink the whiskey.
Yeah, but he was sitting next to me and I was drinking whiskey, and if he didn't drink it, I probably would have talked
You
a
would
little
have
bit of
punched him
crap.
square in his face.
I would never punch Matt.
But like a love tap.
Maybe a slap on the leg.
There you go. That's close enough. So, how many strings have you played on at this point?
I've never played one.
This is your first experience, and it's a Veronica and friends.
She kind of made me feel really guilty because there was one game that I didn't play with her. And so ever since then, she's never let me live it down. And she said this game was going to be a really tame game.
Okay, so that's Veronica selling her game because
That's
basically
Veronica
when it
being
comes
Veronica.
to Veronica and friends, it is wheels off the carts at like the moment it starts, and you just go crazy. But these are one of the best games that you can ever be a part of.
Oh, it was so much fun. So much fun.
Yes. Like anytime you get Frank in the game, he likes to see a lot of hands.
Yes. Frank is fun.
Right. And like I said, the thing about this game is, if you want to boil down strategy to the most basic level, it's make a hand. From there, you have enough crazy people at the table that you will get paid. And like I said, we said multiple times in the stream that you got nothing.
No.
And you can't do anything. It doesn't matter if you're the best player in the world. You get no hands, you're not getting anything. But you got some drinks.
I did.
That's the
I did. I
second
wasn't
benefit
drinking
of this
tonight. And then I decided that I needed to loosen up.
And that's when she bought it for $500.
Actually, that was my first drink. But, It was fun. How many seconds say I played on Veronica and Friends and she can never give me a guilt trip
There you go.
ever again?
Now, what are your thoughts on the different plays at the table? So Vanessa, seat 2, we really haven't seen too much of her.
I've never met her. She's from Canada. She just came here to play. She was quiet.
She's been pretty card dead as well.
That's what she said. I ran into her in the restroom.
We definitely saw a few of the hands that she tried to make happen. You know, and we were saying earlier, one of the things that's difficult is you get into this type of game. You know that people are throwing money around. You feel like you should be included in that. So it's really hard when you don't have hands just to fold.
Well, and that's what happened with me is I just kind of got bored.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool, let's play. Everybody else is having fun. And then you can't make a hand out of no hand.
No,
and
you
even
cannot.
if you try to fake it, you're not going to fake it, especially at this table, because everybody's still going to bet.
And like I said, I mean, I've said it multiple times, and it sounds, kind of funny to listen to, but it's seriously, these kind of games, you have to make a hand. If you do not make a hand, you will not win a pot. Like, who are you going to bluff on this table?
Yeah.
Not many. Maybe the guy to your left. He's the only person that you can bluff, because he was card dead too. But you see a tight play over a short time. You're like, are they card dead or are they just tight? We don't know.
Well, and that's what happened with Casey's when they started calling her tight. Then she played a hand and she beat Matt.
Right. Yeah, and she's a good player. So she's not tight. She's card dead.
Yeah.
So at this point, we got just a bunch of limps. We don't have you to mix it up.
No.
Nikita's not in it. We're out of this shit.
Give me a home turning. I'll take it down.
It's all right. All right, fine. We'll let you here. You start with some drinks, and we'll meet up with you soon. Sweet. Glad you came in.
Cheers.
Thank you for playing.
Pleasure meeting you.
Boom. Sweet.
And again,
The door's rigged.
just one of these hands that just nobody really connects too much with.
Yeah, you know who's the king of picking those up is Office Space. He always picks those ones up. So I know we have a couple minutes left in the stream, guys. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you click follow, subscribe, heart, whatever the hell it is on whatever the hell you're watching. Definitely do it. We have, like I said, we have this killer lineup coming in April. I know we have another great high limit game coming on Friday. I'm going to be in the booth, as well as Sunday for the final Sunday of the month tournament, which is always a blast. And when you do follow, make sure you click that notifications button. Because, for instance, when we literally live stream the final table on Sunday, and whenever the hell they hit the final table, that's when we start. So sometimes we don't go live sometimes we go live at 5 p.m., sometimes it's 10 p.m. So at least you'll get a little blast notification, and they're like, oh, Stone's live. Let's get some. Guys, Sunday night dinner. What else do you want to be doing? You want to be watching Stone 5. That's what we're here for. EMT Ohio. Always a pleasure. Thank you very much, my friend.
Yeah, and like I said, if you've never tuned into a Stones game, like this is the game to tune into. The Veronica and Friends is a shit show of amazingness. And actually, this is probably one of the most tame Veronica and Friends I've ever seen in my life.
Hey Taylor, I do love Nikita, but that's not quite my name. It's cool.
Nikita with the beautiful hair
All
on
of
his
this,
face.
all of this.
Let me clear a place for you to sit.
Ghost of M there punching in the Stones app command, guys. If you haven't done it yet, I hear people all the time say, well, I didn't see you on Bravo. That's because, honestly, it wasn't good enough for us, so we made our own damn app. It's 100% free. Google Play Store, App Store. Seriously, enjoy. Vegan Atheist, awesome. Thank you very much here for following on Twitch. Very cool. But yeah, download our app. You can see the whole calendar of all the live streams, all the tournaments, everything going on. You get the whole food menu. You can actually sign up for cash games live on there. You don't even have to call in.
And once you come to our chat and you write anything, we call your name out. 9 high like a boss. Seattle Moss. Seattle Moss, I don't know who you are, but you are correct. Except for, like the bad stuff.
Battle Moss. Getting it. All right, so Ace, Deuce, 3, all hearts here. Battle of the Heart draws. Wow, look at that. This is such a weird board texture for both of these hands here.
So this is good for Frank because he still has, like the nut straight draw, and Frank probably thinks that his 1 heart is good, and he has a pair.
The City, following on Twitch. Thank you very much for the follow. We appreciate it. All right, guys, I know we have a few minutes left here. We might be coming into one of the final hands. I'm just going to say right now, spoiler alert, I heard it's a big one. Somebody was going to tell me about it, and I literally said, shh, baby, don't speak. I just want to watch it live. But I heard,
your beautiful face.
I hear there's a big one. So this is going to happen
was like,
pretty
hey,
quick.
man, stop.
I know. He was like, dude, that's weird. You were just shuffling poker chips. Don't put your finger on my lips. It got weird.
I don't know where your fingers have been. You're
Bad Juju is like, Ghost, you're a mod everywhere, aren't you? The answer is yes. If you watch any stream ever, Ghost is on there, they're in the chat, and they're a mod.
I mean, ghosts don't have too many restrictions in our known world.
Dude, the Ghost is just a floater, man. Floats around, handling biz.
So Matt, post double shots of Jaeger is raising.
Nice. See, and Matt's range is opening up here. Now he's got to be raising with a6, whereas before, Matt's range
So if you want a good game, say you have a good game, but you have one player just kind of being a stick in the mud, Matt, is you buy them a couple shots.
Force alcohol.
Yeah, and they can't help but loosen up.
That's Veronica's secret life pro tip.
She does.
All right, so check it out. So Frank obviously makes a call here. Ace-9 suited versus Ace-6 suited. And, wow, a little bit of everything here. A couple of overs for Frank. Matt with, is that a gut ball? What was the flop here? Let's take a look. I think the only person who has potential flush draw is Frank with runner. Yeah, so Matt's looking to peel a 7 here to make a straight. Do you know my husband? Who doesn't know Ducky? Who plays here doesn't know Ducky? He's the guy that busted you out of yesterday's tournament. That's Ducky. How do you not know Ducky? See? I know, all you guys who want to leave that basketball game right before they tie it up and go into overtime, or all you kids who want to leave before the movie credits roll, and then you miss the super crazy spoiler at the end, it's like the preview. That's what I'm telling you. So it's got to be here in the next hand, so let's all sweat it together.
And if you're watching this on TV, every TV has the ability to watch multiple things at one time, so you really don't have an excuse.
Jimmy Boss, what's going on? A little late to the party, but check it out. You can rewatch the entire show, I believe, for up to a few months on Twitch, but automatically permanently archived on YouTube for us here forever. So check out the archive. You can rewatch this as soon as we're off the air.
And everybody knows in the Twitch chat, when it comes to Moobot, me and Boobot do not agree. Like, there might be a fist fight of me and Boobot out there.
All right, so I believe this is some fun times here. So check it out. So we got Kyle McDonkey here. He's in with 8s. Frank on the button with deuces. And Alicia lets it go. Okay, so, ooh, and Matt with queens. Oh, yeah, let's get some. So, Matt, 3-way action, all pocket pairs.
Matt's a lot more chatty now that he's had a couple shots in him.
I just love Matt.
I do too.
I know what happens. They killed Glenn. Wow, spoiler alert to like a year ago, Jenna. Jeez. Alright, so check this out. Does Matt, was it a straddle? Matt had the re-option. Oh, Matt had the option of repop. This could get ugly. So obviously, we know, okay, Matt's loosening up a little bit. He might be re-raising semi-light. Maybe my 8s could be good here. He does make it 170 with queens. Now it's over to Kyle.
So I actually think if Kyle raised here, that would put a huge amount of pressure on Matt H's hands. Because Matt H is from under the gun, the straddle, is saying he has a really big hand. So if you were to re-raise this hand, you're like, yo, I know you got a really big hand. I got a bigger hand.
Right? It's you're having this conversation between the conversations.
Yeah.
And the thing about Kyle is this. If Kyle flats, Frank snap calls. If Kyle repops, Frank can find a fold.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, now that Kyle folds, Frank will definitely find a call for sure.
Frank's like, how much is that little bit?
Now, keep in mind, guys, I have no idea what happens. But you heard Frank earlier say that all he wants is Matt's money.
So,
and, oh, crap.
God.
Oh, God. Oh, wow. All right, let's just watch this shit show.
Movie voice
Are you ready?
for
Two
set
men,
over set action
set over set. Who will survive?
with the two biggest stacks at the
Oh,
table.
this is nasty. This is gonna be nasty.
There will be blood.
Oh, it's so casual. Frank's like, I call.
Please
Super
tell me
red.
a deuce rolls off.
This is gonna be. I don't even know. It's already so sick.
So the 625, there's really still not a lot. I mean, the 5 brings a backdoor draw, you know, for the flush draw.
Yeah, nobody cares about the turn. Let's check this out.
But he bet about what, 375, 400?
To the chat, the chat's already going crazy. Let's get in on this.
Now, when Frank calls this bet, if you're the one that has the top set here,
Oh, Frank ain't calling.
You need to shove every single river, like period. If he raises, you shove every single
That's
time.
exactly
here.
what's gonna happen here.
He made it 600 more.
All right, so listen, Matt's like, how much you bet? All right, let's listen in here.
You know what you would say? I don't know anyone who doesn't like them. We all have them. Real life.
Your brother, your sister, your father, your mama, your auntie, we all have nipples. They're just nipples. What's the big deal?
Super offensive.
They're not.
Why do we have to like
Dangerous.
censor?
They are dangerous.
Why do we have to censor women's nipples and not men's?
Right, if you guys can run around with your shirt on, I'm running around with my shirt on. It's just a nipple.
Only one time.
That's what I tell my daughter too. My husband hates that. He's like, stop telling our daughter that. I'm like, what's your nipples?
Has a set of queens.
Oh man.
They
Oh
were at
man.
once.
Yeah, just one. Oh man.
Frank.
And now, guys, obviously saw that all-in snap call, and you know what's gonna happen. Good God! And Frank says, "All I want is Matt's money," and apparently that means all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double up Matt again. Matt, look at this. 1-3 game, Veronica and friends. Matt is over 7,000 in chase. He got 7,500. Guys, this is real cash money. This ain't like fake tournament chips. Straight up, 1-3, 7,500. Matt H, the Soul Crusher.
Just
Good God.
2.5 at like 1,000
Yeah,
big blinds.
just
No
20.
big deal.
Guys, everybody pays 20 or plays 2,500 bigs. What's the big deal? Oh my God!
Was that the last hand?
I think it
I feel
was.
like that was the last hand.
Oh,
And if you're gonna have the last
It's
hand,
not gonna get better than that, right?
that's an amazing last hand to have as the last hand.
Are we looking for more than that? So, guys, once again, this has been an absolute blast. Miss Vanessa Kade in the house. If you guys haven't done so yet, I know a lot of you are tuning in from her Twitch stream, but check her out, Vanessa Kade, twitch.tv, streams all the best poker all the time. Frank, I love Frank, absolutely. Frank over there giving the old new sign behind the glass.
He drinks well with others. I'm the beer pong legend.
You guys are awesome. Cheers.
Good night.
We will be here 48 hours from now, me and Veronica. See you then.
Cheers.